Today, let's dive in.
What's going on, everybody? John on here with you. It's a Monday, February 26, 2024. How's everybody doing out there today? Let's get into the starting lineups. I got some pregame notes for you as well, but let's do the starting lineups first. So for the Boston Bruins, head coach by Jim Montgomery, it sounds like this. They're 34, 12, and 13 on the season. It's Charlie Coyle, Brad Marchand, Anthony Richard, Matt Grzelcyk, and Charlie McAvoy. Pavel, Zacha, Jake DeBrusk, and David Pastrnak with Mason Loy and Brandon Carlo. Morgan Geekie, Dan Teninen, Trent Frederic, Jesper Boquist, JVR, and Justin Brazeau, with Parker Wotherspoon and Kevin Shattenkirk. Linus Ullmark should get the start in net today for the Bees. And for the Kraken, they are 6th in the Pacific. Again, they're about 7 points out of a playoff spot right now. They need to be able to get it going. Head coached by Dave Hextall, they're 24, 22, and 11 on the season. It's Manny Beniers, Jared McCann, Jordan Eberle with Vince Dunn and Adam Larson, Alex Mumberg, Jaden Shorts, Oliver Bjorkstrand with Jimmy Alexiak and Will Borgen, Yanni Gord, Ellie Tolvanen and Andre Burakovsky, Kyle Yamamoto, Tomas Tatar, and Brandon Tanev. And then Brian Dumoulin and Justin Schultz be the back-end defense. Philip Grubauer is going to get the start today for the Kraken in net. So here's the things in particular for me from the beginning. When you think about the Boston Bruins, and again, 34, 12, and 13, that record sounds great. Coming in from the break, the Boston Bruins are middling around 500, a little bit worse than that. 6 of the last 8 games have gone to extra time, but in that stretch, Boston is just 2, 2, and 4, have won none of those games in regulation. Losses 3-0 and 4-1 to Washington and Seattle, so this will be their second final meeting. And then overtime losses, the 4 that we mentioned, Tampa, Calgary, Vancouver, all 3-2. An OT win 6-5 over Edmonton, a 4-3 shootout win against Dallas. They are getting points, but Florida is behind them, and Toronto is charging fast. So first in the Atlantic is not locked up by any means. And again, here's the thing for Boston. If you haven't kept track of this, it's absolutely insane. In the sense for the Bruins, they have just one win in regulation in the month of February. The 4-0 win against Vancouver on February 8th. I think it's time to really lock in if you're the Bees. And on the other side, if you're Seattle, as we're getting into the Pledge of Allegiance and all that, and anthems, we're going to get, my goodness, let's just say the anthem. 7 points from the wild card spot, too. When you think about it, 4-4-2 up and down hockey, coming off a 5-2 loss to Minnesota. It's time to start making some points, or this team probably isn't going to make the playoffs. The long-term future for the Kraken still looks pretty good, though. But to follow, it's a difficult schedule for Seattle. Pittsburgh, Edmonton, Calgary, Winnipeg twice, and Vegas. I think this is the time right now that Seattle has to go for it and try to bank these points, because if they don't, they're either going to sink or they're going to swim, depending on what happens here. So as we're going through the anthem, you have the goaltending matchup of Linus Ullmark. I believe it's going to be today 16, 6, and 5. 272 goals against, a 912 save percentage, and a shutout. And on the other side, they're going to go with Philip Grubauer with Joey Decord, 7-9 and 1, 299 goals against, 892 save percentage. Philip Grubauer, Cooper Hopkins, and I have talked about this many times, whether it's going to be Philip Grubauer 2.0 or not. You got to be able to get this job done right now. If you're Philip Grubauer, you got locked down. Boston, you know, it's hungry. They've already lost one of these matchups. You don't want to lose both. We'll see what happens today. I'll check back with you in a second.
Facing a rising sun, you may be gone, but let's march on till victory is won. Let us march on till victory.
I guess they are not doing the anthem. I'm not sure what they're doing right now. What is happening? Okay, they were doing something before that.
Please welcome our anthem singer, Tommy Burton. Oh, say,
It's been a while since I covered a Seattle Kraken game, so maybe they've kind of changed a little bit of what's going on that side. I don't have access to the jersey today because everything else is put in the other room and kind of boxed up and all that stuff. Otherwise, I would definitely be wearing it. Get a chance to see number 10, Matty Beniers, on the ice right now. So I'd like to bring the boys luck, know that that's going to be there in spirit, but hopefully by the playoff time they can get to be able to wear that again. Or at least we'll cover it a couple more times before we close out the season for Seattle. But they need these points right now.
was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Outside the Kraken room, here's Pastrnak.
Thank you, John. Well, a big theme that I heard this morning from Jordan Eberle was consistency. He said that regardless who their opponents have been, they have not been playing consistent enough hockey. He said that's game to game, that's period to period.
So they're interviewing with Piper Shaw and Jordan Eberle. And Eberle said pretty consistently here, we need to be consistent if we want to get into the playoffs here. 15 points in the last 14 games, 8 goals and 7 assists. Eberle, I heard, might have been a trade target here toward the deadline. We're getting pretty close on that, so just a couple weeks away. So it's going to be interesting to watch. So let's get in the official play-by-play. Philip Grubauer, 19 starts, 791, 299, 892 save percentage. Linus Ullmark on the other side, 16, 6 and 5, 272, 912 save percentage, and a shutout for Linus. Again, 3 for Jeremy Swim, and he'll be the backup. Dave Hextall, the head coach for Seattle, Jim Montgomery for the Boston Bruins. Again, we already went over some of that. We're at Climate Pledge Arena. John out here with you. It's going to be a solo call, and we'll see what happens between the Bruins and the Kraken. It's definitely been a while since we covered Seattle. It's been a much different season for them. You know, some of those losses, when you think about Borgen and Donato and Sprong, you could say that they're on the back end lines if you want, but that is a lot of depth and a lot of points that Seattle has lost over them. They've not been able to replace those. The other thing that we always talk about with Andrew Burakovsky, yes, he's in the lineup, but he's got to be able to stay healthy, able to get this production. So Shattenkirk gets it toward the right side, and Geekie's chance, the former member of the Kraken of the Bees, as it's stopped by Grubauer. Picked up now, Geekie trying to glove this one out of the air as this goes near the defensive side here for Lorai. We'll put this near the left side for Danton Hine. And Hine now off the spin. Lorai will take a fluttering shot off the slap, and this one will go wide. It'll allow the Maroon jerseys to be able to pick this one up now and send this one back down. As Seattle plays this off the inboards now. This is a navy blue on the side of it, the jerseys that I do have on that end. Again, the home navies are always really good on that side. And again, I'm wearing that jersey in spirit today because it's kind of boxed up. So hopefully I can get toward the playoff side and then we'll get it back in free. As this is near the right side dot. As Tanev will continue to watch Brad Marchand with a gigantic reverse hit on Tanev. And that props the puck loose, but Seattle is somehow going to find it. Burakovsky off the half spin, trying to hit this one off the air, but Lorai was right there. Didn't leave them alone. Boston, here's a stutter step for Marchand. And so far, this one toward the net. This will get a stick in the lane for Seattle. And now Richard will send one on. That gets stick to side by Grubauer. 18:05 left to go in this first. It's 2 shots here for Boston. Again, I got the Root Sports Seattle feed here on this side. I didn't want to stick with NESN on that end because it makes my ears bleed. I just apologize to any Boston fans there. As this is near the right side red line. Oliver Bjorkstrand finds the entry for a member of the Blue Jackets. Fires this one near the right side post. It's saved by Ullmark. And Boston able to clean this one up. As Wotherspoon puts this one ahead. There's an opportunity here for Boquist. They're in around the end boards here. Now set up off of the stick for Grubauer. A short side chance for Van Riemsdyk. And that one will go wide. This is near the right side. Van Riemsdyk still with it right now as he's pinned against the wall. And now Jamie Alexiak, former star, trying to get this one out, but it's intercepted a couple times. Glove down. Waltberger Wotherspoon sends it across. Extra pass. Massive collision here with Grubauer. He's able to pop back up, though. And Seattle still can't get it out. Boston with a good stick left will keep this punt in deep. Seattle is pressed in their own end right now as DeBrusk will absorb a hit across the wall. Boston scored first in 36 of 59 games. They're no stranger to getting off the front foot, but since coming back from the All-Star break, they've not been very sharp. They got only one regulation win in the month of February. Shattenkirk, clever back pass. Zacha lets a shot go. Somehow that one goes wide, and there's a broken piece of stick shaft as Dave Hextall's squad will go ahead and take a change. Boston's been all over Seattle right now. Plus 23 goal differential in the first period, which is second best in the NHL. John Under with you on the solo call tonight on this Monday, as this is near the right side dock. Geekie now finds the entry, full speed off his backhand, and they'll just put this in behind the left side red line. Larson was there for a moment. This is with Boston now. Charlie McAvoy can't hold it in. Grzelcyk will watch. That's his defensive partner for the moment. As it's given to Matt Grzelcyk, here's a sauce pass in between Boston skate blades. Fired in. Grubauer will come all the way out of his goal crease to stop it. He's able to waft it away from the Boston pressure on the forecheck. Seattle coming off a 5-2 loss Saturday against the Wild, who have been very hot. They're charging to get back into the playoffs. Grubauer will watch this go all the way toward him from the left side red line. He'll hold on. 3 shots to 1. Boston is charged out in front. They've had a ton of puck possession here. Morgan Geekie with the cleanest shot of them all near the right side dot. With the Kraken and Brad Marchand with a gigantic reverse hit as he knocked out Brian Dumoulin. Almost messed up his chin strap on the helmet. So good start here for the Bees. Again, you'd like to see them get a regulation win. The fact that I only said one regulation win, which was a 4-0 win against Vancouver here for the Bees, that's a good win there, but only one? That really doesn't sound like the Bees on that side. I understand no Patrice Bergeron, no David Krejci with the retirement and all that, but still, this is a team that you can expect to play much better than that. Brad Marchand has really gotten into that captaincy role and embodied it for the Bees. Good pass. Out ahead for Pastrnak, as this one will get picked up here for Coyle. He gets roughed up for a moment. Eberle and will do a escape with it. Too far for many Beniers, however. As it's now near the left side here for Marchand. Get this across the wall. Richard. A Marchand tip, and that one will go wide. As Boston will get this now behind the cage or Grubauer. It's Marchand. We'll get this here across the point. Picked up now for the captaincy. He'll fire one wide. Now Grzelcyk now will pinch in. Boston defense as Schultz is held. Brian Dumoulin, former Penguin, as this goes now in between a couple of bodies. Glove down here for Van Riemsdyk. Spun around the embankment. Boston is there one more time with Danton Heinen as it's sent around the end boards here in Seattle with Ellie Tolvanen. We'll send it back to his defense. And the home Navy will try to get this one going here with an outstretched pass. They'll start it into the neutral zone across the tentacle S. Burakovsky overskates it a little bit, and this will allow Van Riemsdyk to pick it back up. As this is sent around now. James lost it for a moment, and this will be picked up here for Tolvanen. Tolvanen now off his backhand. Too far for Wotherspoon, as Seattle will attempt to keep it in. Here's an outstretched pass. Jailbreak down the middle. It's Pasta. He scores. David Pastrnak. That is the one guy you don't want to lose down the middle of the ice. And the road fans here at Climate Pledge are on their feet as Pastrnak gets the job done. That was a little bit too easy for the Bees there. Good heads-up pass. And we will see if everybody able to stay on side. That's what they showed on the camera cut. I don't think that's going to be a problem. Pastrnak with a simple lift. He kind of hesitated, waited out Grubauer there. Beautiful outstretched pass. And then just right in stride off the half fake off the toe flip. And that was a good hesitation. Grubauer bought all of it. And that's why it went back in the net. his 700th career point for Pasta. So 1-0 lead for Boston as Grizzly now put this around the inboards here. Zacha will win this stick chop. Seattle now near the left side red line. Pasta is the one that gets the Bees on the board. 13:47 in the first.
You can see this. How people notice that the gecko is actually left. You can see by the way he holds the microphone when he comes to the podium. He made it easy with only his left hand. What hand he chooses to use as his dominant hand, that's his business and no one else. On one hand, they're so helpful to find the right coverage with Geico. On the other hand, who cares? I care. From cars to home to jewelry, it's easy to Geico.
Today, I'm excited to show you.
The 3 for Me only at Chili's serves up more deliciousness for just $10.99 than you'll find anywhere else. I mean, have y'all seen those fast food prices lately? It's like even they want you to come to Chili's. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories and sports. On ESPN Plus. David Pastrnak has got his record jack here in Seattle. Youngest to 700 points in Bruins history. He's there now. The great Bobby Orr, number 1, Raymond Ford, Rick Middleton, Dylan Esposito. All those guys have their numbers retired. We'll take a look right here. There's the collision with Drew Bauer and Marchand just prior to the Pastrnak goal. And that could be an opportunity. Yeah, the unpaid official saw it, but wasn't called on the ice, and maybe if you were short-handed, Pastrnak does not get to that 700 mark, but here we are. Kevin Shattenkirk and Jesper Boqvist get the help.
So Kevin Shattenkirk and Jesper Boqvist get the assists for Pasternak's breakaway goal. That's his 700th point for the 27-year-old in Bruins history. Only the 25-year-old Bobby Orr did it faster. So that is incredible. And here's a stretch pass. This will be picked up here for Charlie McAvoy and the Bees on the road. Again, this is their second and final meeting between Seattle. They lost the first game to the Kraken. Their record when scoring first 25-4-7. Seattle 15-7-4. So they're no stranger to playing from behind, but they got to be able to pick up 2 points here. And that's going to be really big for Seattle if they can do this, because this difficult stretch, as we'll talk about going forward, it's going to be sink or swim for Seattle right now. Tomas Tatar will get this one back in his own end, and Dave Hextall's squad will go ahead and change lines as Alex Winberg will dump this one in. Brandon Carlo will get roughed up near the right side boards. Loy able to get this one out. As Marchand will watch, but it gets picked off by Jaden Shorts. Ryan Dumoulin will go ahead and take a chip and chase as this will be picked up here by the stick of Olmark. And near the right side, Mason Lohrei. It's crunched against the walls. It's Bjorkstrand now trying to pick it up. Jaden Shorts, the former St. Louis Blue. He gets pinned as this will go D to D. Here's a chance. This bounces off one of the members of the Kraken. It was Winberg. And because of that, it gave Olmark time to go ahead and make that glove save. 16 to go on this first. So Winberg now able to get this one in the replay near the left side, and it was Winberg that got taken down. It bounced off of him, and Olmark said, might as well just slow this down a little bit and hold on as Boston has the lead. Again, they've had a lot of games, Boston, that went to OT in the shootout as we profiled in the pregame on a little bit of the side of the recorder. And they're going to need to pick up 2 points here and play a complete game because, Seattle, they want to charge. I don't know if they have the horses left to do so. That's what we're going to have to find out. Here's a backhand pass for Jake DeBrusk, who was falling down, and McCann took too much time. But here's Tanev. Now McCann, Matty Beniers. It was a jailbreak for him, but they couldn't get the pass off of the stick lift of McCann. And he had to just shoot this one. It goes up and on a play. It's 6-1 for Boston here. It's been a quick first period so far. 11:53 left to go in this first. But they already have the 1-0 lead. Again, Pastrnak has many goals as Seattle's got shots. Current homestand in the sixth game is all losses here for the Kraken. 4-3 in overtime from Ben Sherratt, and 5-2 losses Vancouver and Minnesota. So just 1 point in the first three of the possible 6. That's there, and you got 6 more left counting this game today. As this is won by Boston in the defensive zone face-off, and they'll chip it in deep. As it's Adam Larson now. He'll be spun off his backhand. Wotherspoon will lose it. Riemsdyk will have to give a chase. Charlie McAvoy now to Grzelcyk. Grzelcyk now being hounded. Good pressure here for Seattle as Burakovsky tries to force the turnover. They're able to get onside in Seattle as Yanni Gourde, former Tampa Bay Lightning man, Stanley Cup champion. Wotherspoon will put this near the right side. Burakovsky and Tolvanen will give chases. Big hit is avoided. And here comes Boston. Boquist now has already gotten an assist. It's Van Riemsdyk, a fluttering shot. This will go softly off of Grubauer. And now Seattle with Vince Dunn, former Blue, will drop this one back. Yanni will have it as some of the forwards for Hextall's squad will take a change. This will be Will Borgen now. Send this one across. Be able to get this one here for Kaori Yamamoto. Yamamoto puts it around the end boards for Tomas Tatar, but they'll say it goes up and on a play. 10:44 to go in the first frame. So when I look at Seattle, as far as the pregame festivities here, and I'm looking at some other points, again, no problems for Jared McCann. 25 goals, 21 assists, 46 points. Vince Dunn, his offensive has been driven. 10 goals, 32 assists, 42 points. If you're looking toward the bottom side, you got Yanni Gourde with 21, Jaden Shorts with 22, Wenberg with 22. There is not a lot of carrying here for the Seattle Kraken. You know, they were a good 4-line team last year, and they've had to have more pressure on that because of the pieces they've lost. Frederic gets his shot turned away by the left pad of Grubauer, and now in behind the net, Will Borgen trying to give chase, just try to pin this puck as Danton Heinen is struggling to be able to get it out. Morgan Geekie will show for the Bruins, but now he's on his back seat. As this is across the center zone for Tatar. I thought Tanev was way off sides, but they say that he kept his skate on somehow. As this is Schultz. He's got to touch up. Everybody else does have to check back up. And now we're officially halfway through this first. They're just shorting in. Pasta's got the breakaway goals. The Bees are up front. This is near the left side now for Jaden Shorts as he's punished. Near the left side wall, Charlie Coyle now. He's the first line center because of losing guys like Krejci and Bergeron. As Boston, Marchand will give this back to Kevin Shattenkirk. Again, it's been a coach's decision for Jim Montgomery to go ahead and make some changes. You got Hampus Lindholm, who's injured. Derek Forbert, he got benched. He's the guy that's on the scratch list right now. As this is sent in for Parker Wotherspoon. Longtime NHL man will have this in behind the cage of Linus Ullmark. Again, the second and final meeting of the season between these opposite conferences. 2-2-1 all-time record for Seattle against Boston. Not too bad. Again, they won 4-1 in their last meeting in Beantown. As this is Grzelcyk now off the pinch. Jordan Eberle trying to locate it here. This is lofted. Trying to find Beniers. This is very contested. Pasta's got it. Wide open. Grzelcyk, he shoots high near the left side of the post. Matty Beniers will watch as this is picked up here for Seattle. Here's a hand grenade flip. I think this is going to get blunted against Seattle. McCann couldn't get there. A little too far on that pass. And Boston will get puck possession again. So 31-9-9 before the All-Star break for Boston. 3.5 goals a game ever since 3-3-4, 2.5 goals against, and 3.2 against them. 2.54, 3.2 against, 3.5 before that, 2.6 against. Kind of the complete reversal of the numbers. They are getting points, but you want to be able to bank a couple extras, especially if you want to get an easier matchup on the playoff side of it, because the Bees, again, they were supposed to have one last year, but they lost in Game 7 to the Florida Panthers. Jake DeBrusk. as Carlo will spin all the way back around because Seattle's got this thing. But Boquist, nice steal. We'll send this one down, and Lori will get this one just ahead here for Boston. Good bounce for Boquist, trying to get a stick on it. He'll get his own puck near the right side red one and flip it in back to Mason Lori. Lori around the end boards here for Jesper Boquist. Now we'll go back to Brendan Carlo. Lori, fake the slapper, fans on it completely. And now Tolvanen able to get an easy pocket pick as this is too far for Yanni Gourde. Tolvanen, good steal. There's a short side chance off the right arm of Linus Solmark. Now near the left side seam pass for Schultz. He could have popped that into an empty net if he would have caught it. And now Boston able to get the steal. It's a 3-on-3. Trying to windmill deep past the defense. It's not going to work. And now Justin Schultz off the half spin, trying to spin and buy some time here for Brian Dumoulin, the former Penguin. As this is Yanni Gourde. We'll go ahead and take his change. Turbo's got it. We'll send this in across the red line. 7:15. We'll have to go on the first draw under with you on the solo call. We're at Final Pledge Arena. It's the Bees and the Kraken. As this is Morgan Geekie now, former member of Seattle last year. We'll send this one in as this goes near the right side corner. Larson now pinned against by Danton Heinen. Morgan Geekie still trying to chop away at it. Trent Frederic's going to join in near that right side red line, but this puck is still moving, so they're not going to blow this dead. The ref's just watching right now. Here is Geekie, almost emerges with it. Here's a centering pass, and Grubauer gets a stick on a very weak shot, but it did go across the goal now. Kaori Yamamoto, he's off the rush. It's a 3-on-2. Yamamoto, cross, fire to the net, and fired it wide. It was Tomas Tatar. As this goes under the left side. Here's a pass. This will bounce. Borgen has a clean look on net, but it's stopped by the left pad of Ullmark. Seattle. Here's a back pass on a no look. Will Borgen. Here's a shuttering shot here that bounces here for Dunn. Stopped by Ullmark. He was on the seat of his pants. 6:14 left to go on the first. So Seattle gets their first real sustained zone time. Ullmark with a couple of big saves. Trent Frederic gets a weak shot that gets brushed away by Grubauer. Come right back. Still 1-0 Bees.
What is this? Don't touch my things, bro, Dennis. When you bundle your home or renters with your auto, Progressive provides 24/7 protection for almost everything you own. But do you really need my way to do? It's from my snack place. From dog taste lounger, flip side, that can be salad, pencils, it's per apathetic oxygen therapy. Can't live without oxygen. Follicle, coffee, lake making bed. Really? Can Progressive cover that too? Yeah, I understand. Is anyone touching you right now?
Today, I'm excited to show you
Next dive in.
The 3 for me only at Chili's serves a bottomless drink, bottomless chips and salsa, and a cheeseburger and fries for just $10.99. Good luck finding that delicious value in the drive-thru, because you won't. This Chili's 3 for me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
After a long night of bringing home the bacon, there's nothing wrong with a nice, smoky nightcap. After all, it's 5 a.m. somewhere. Hormel Black Label Bacon.
High score. 2014 and 2015, his first NHL goal, and 2 goals to boot against the Philadelphia Flyers. The rest is history being written, as tonight he has 7.
So pretty cool for Root Sports to show this here for Pasta in 2015 in the middle of January, his first couple goals against the Philadelphia Flyers. And today again, here John Forslund aptly said, writes history in this game, gets the first goal on a breakaway, 6:14 to go on the first round. Under with you on the solo call. 652 games for Pasta, 700 points. That's a nice round number there. As it's a defensive zone draw, a couple chances for Borgen and Dunn, as this will be a defensive zone draw. Charlie Coyle will win this one back. It'll fall to Ullmark, and we'll just do it again. So you still got that top line of Coyle, Marchand, and Anthony Richard. alongside Matt Grzelcyk and McAvoy. Pasta is on the bench right now. He's on the second line currently with Zacha and Jake DeBrusk. So Coyle won it the first time, and he wins it again. This time it's clean for the Bees, and they're able to get this one down the ice. Again, they are in the road whites and the mix of the yellow striping and the black pants. And the Seattle Kraken are in the home navy with the turquoise on the side of the legs and putting it around the red and part of the jersey. Good couple of stretch passes here as Bjorkstrand able to push this one ahead. This will be a chip and chase for the former Edmonton Oilers, Adam Larson. Good finish of a hit near the left side for Jaden Shorts as Boston now tries to get this one out. This is shot toward the net. This goes off the embankment, and the Bees able to find it here for Shorts. Good stick drag and weight here as this is near the left side. He'll fire it toward the net, but it just bounces off Boston. It's Brad Marchand, the captaincy. He's got it now. There's a long shot. This will be grabbed and held in the trapper by Grubauer. And Larson wants to give Marchand a little bit of a what for with 5:19 left to go in the first. Affectionately called the Rat, Brad Marchand, but he is one of those guys that loves to get under the skin. It's kind of irritating to me at sometimes. Again, he's one of those guys where he doesn't need to play that way, but considering how skilled he is and the fact that he still gets under your skin, he's not the biggest guy in the world, but he's one hell of an irritant. He's been a really good player for a long time. He's the heart and soul of the Bruins, no doubt about it. Defensive zone draw win here for Seattle. Again, that's not their strength. That's kind of been the same way from last year. Seattle's done one thing well in this game so far, even though they're down 1-0. 6-1 on the takeaway portion of the board here is Jared McCann is looping around. They took away the score Chiron. Everybody else thought they're going to break, but I don't think they are. So Matty Beniers, Jared McCann, and Jordan Eberle, their top line. I guess we'll just take this in the center ice zone. Eastern Conference wildcard race. Again, Detroit's got 70, Tampa with 69. That's WC 1 and 2. Washington, New Jersey, Pittsburgh, and the Islanders. Pittsburgh Islanders all have 60. Again, Washington got a big 2 points today, but they're playing on a back-to-back with Detroit tomorrow. I'll not be covering that game. I'll be covering St. Louis and Winnipeg at the Canadian Life Center. As this is now near the left side. Eberle across the wall. Eberle now against Wotherspoon as he gets taken down. Again, 13 points in the last 14 games for Eberle. He said everybody needs to pick it up right now, and he's absolutely right. If Seattle wants to get into this playoff chase, they've got to be able to pick up some points. And again, toward the beginning of the year, all the overtime losses were at least meaning something, but now you got to start getting 2. This goes across the tentacle last. Try to find Eberle, bounced up in the air, and it's offsides with 4:31 in the first.
He's on the radar on this Monday night here in Seattle.
These are my tissue box covers.
Remember, tissues come in their own boxes. It's important for young homeowners.
So Scherzer TV says McAvoy better score tonight. So you got McAvoy. Do you have to have him getting points, or does he have to get a goal, my friend, on that side? Because if that's the case, I'm going to look at Charlie McAvoy. Got his stats in front of me on this side for the pregame prep. Let's look at Charlie. He's got 9 goals and 31 assists. So, yeah, it's definitely possible that he can get his 10th right now. Might not be a bad call for you. Again, I'm taking the Bees as far as getting a regulation win today. Again, 2-2-4 coming back in from the break. I think they need to be able to take these 2 points. As desperate as Seattle is, I have to believe they're going to get on the right foot at some point because, look, if I'm Boston, do I want to even mess around with the 2 and 3 seeds where Florida and Toronto kind of occupy it? I want to be able to try to give myself an easier matchup. I understand what happened with Florida last year, but I think you want to be able to try to win the Atlantic.
I just thought it would be cool. Okay, yeah.
This week, my Panera members enjoy 20% off any new pick 2. So
when we get into the scoreboard and the intermission, I will go ahead and give you an update. Right now, what I will say, though, is the Islanders and the Stars. I thought about maybe covering that one. That one is 2-2 going into OT, so the Islanders will pick up a point. They desperately need that, but they really need to get 2 if they want to stay in the race as well. So again, I know the Pacific time zone's 3 hours different from me. It'll be 9:30 Eastern on Thursday for Seattle against Pittsburgh, and then the same time there for Edmonton. And then I think they got more of an afternoon start, honestly, that on the Saturday end. So Pittsburgh and Edmonton upcoming here for Seattle at home at Climate Pledge because they're in their fourth of six straight at home. Pasta, he's already got one. We'll send this one in deep as Lori will go ahead and give chase. Seattle trying to get this out of their own end. Andre Burakovsky. He lost it. This is Boston right out in front, and Grubauer bails his team out. Right near the left side as that was saved from a chance right out in front, and we'll take a chance and take a look and see who it was. As that was Pavel Zacha who got denied. DeBrusk able to set it up, able to force the steal. That was good work. But Burakovsky loses it near the left side red line, and Zacha fired it. And Grubauer able to just close that one down, hit right in the stomach. 4:03 left to go in the first. That's a gigantic save for Groovy. As it's Frederic now. Put this around the inboards. Parker Wotherspoon just blasts this around the embankment. This will go way wide. Stay in play, though, off the glass is Boston. We'll try to find about 15.5 blocks per, and Seattle at 15. Sending it around for Danton Heinen. Morgan Geekie pinned against the right side glass. As this will be picked up now, and Seattle trying to make this a little cleaner. Brandon Tanev was one of those guys that they wanted to be able to get some more points. I know he's been battling some injuries this year. But instead of about 15 points, he'd be about 35 for Tanev. I know it sounds like a lot, but you got to get the secondary goal scoring back at some point. Danton Heinen will turn around off his back skate as this goes near the left side faceoff dot. Here will be a chip and chase as this will go back to Turbo. Get this one now across Tomas Tatar, former Red Wing. And this will be sent in. Tatar will steal. Here's a flip. It goes right to Larson. Larson surveys. And this shot wide of the right glove of Linus Ullmark. As Charlie Coyle off the half spin in his own end. 2:55 left to go in this first. This will be dumped down. Picked up here for Vince Dunn. Dunn now. We'll send this one back. Here for Adam Larson, and Larson now for Oliver Bjorkstrand. Here's a good entry. Near the right side. Fake the slapper. Shorts lets a wrister go instead. And that goes wide of the right glass. Here's an opportunity here for Richard. He's got it now, as this will be just knocked away off his clearing attempt off the backhand. Pavel Zacha will watch. 2:25 left to go in this first round. On here with you, I got the Root Sports feed here. It's Boston up 1-0, courtesy of David Pastrnak. Seattle, outstretched pass. Little too far for Shorts, and this will be blown dead against the Kraken. 2:14 left to go in the first frame. Shots are 11-8. I will say this, the majority of the puck possession feels like it has been heavily weighted for the Bruins. They've had that advantage right now, and I think that this has continued throughout most of this first period, and I still expect it to. Seattle needs to find an answer, not right now, but you would think at least in that second period, try to get this one tied up here, because they need to get points as well, as we talked about in the pregame. So Jaden Shorts, Matty Beniers gets canceled off from McAvoy. And now Wotherspoon will send this one across. Pavel Zacha, go ahead and give chase here for Jim Montgomery's squad. As he will recollect near the right side red line. It gets flipped toward Pasta and go for Wotherspoon. Wotherspoon will just put it toward the net as this gets sticked aside by Grubauer. Zacha. Now here for Pasta. As it's bounced away from him, back to the defense now for the Bees. Mason Lohrei. Now McAvoy. We'll get this one here for Pasta. Pasta will just shovel it toward the net, and this will be intercepted by Seattle. It's a 3-on-3. Matty Beniers, spin and turn. Leave it here for Jared McCann. Jordan Eberle is there. Number 7 picks it up for Borgen. Borgen intentionally wide up the backboards, try to find Eberle. And now Charlie McAvoy in a little bit of a distress, but it is Pasta. They'll have it. We'll just chip this in around the inboards here for Charlie. Here's a good pressure for Yanni Gord, but it's Pasta. Back in behind the net of Linus Ullmark. They'll settle it down on a third effort. I'll get this across the blue line for Brian Dumoulin. Seattle will get it. Will Borgen find the entry? Will Borgen with a chip pass for Yanni. Tried to send it across to find a cutting Burakovsky, but it never got there. It was a wide open net against Ullmark. Now Borgen fires it in. Ullmark will stop it with the stick. as this is Boquist. Bounce off his skate blades. Matt Grizzly. Find the entry and go ahead and dump it in. As this is Boston a couple times. It's McAvoy. This will go to Grizzly. Grizzly now will shovel it near the left side inboards. Boston now working in behind the cage. Yanni Gourde trying to find it. It's loose out in front for Burakovsky. He'll go ahead and flip this down and across the red line safely. And they're saying it's going to be icing. I thought they gained the line, but I guess not. 12 seconds left to go in the first. Boston will get an offensive zone draw. So here's a chance. Yanni Gourde off the feed from the left side blue line. They will shovel that in front for Burakovsky, but he was not there. Yanni Gourde made the right play, but he just couldn't get the result that he wanted. So 12 seconds left to go in this first. Yanni looks like he's going to take the draw here. This will be against Charlie Coyle, so they'll have the top line out there right now. Charlie McAvoy also out there as well with Brad Marchand. This is one. Here for Shattenkirk. Now I'm behind the end boards. Picked up by Boston for a moment for Marchand, and that's going to do it. And in the first, it'll be a Pasta breakaway goal as Boston takes a 1-0 lead into the dressing room. They've got a lot of puck possession in that first. Seattle's going to have to find a little bit. They're only down one, but they're going to have to find a little bit in the second to turn things around. Come right back. We'll call the second period in a moment. So let me see if this game has ended. If not, I will flip right back over.
When you bundle your home or renters with your auto, Progressive provides 24/7 protection for almost everything you own. But do you really need it? I do. It's for my snacks waste. And dog chase lounger. Foot treadmill. That's my Tuesday salad. Person, it's hurt. Having that up to do garbage. I can't live without it.
The ESPN side has not updated, so let me see if we can find the stars. Okay, it'll update at some point, then I'll be able to give you the result here. So let me get my notes typed in, and then if we don't find it, we'll go ahead and check on the Twitter/X space.
PenguinCustoms.net. Glad I get credit card followers to Navy Federal Credit Union. Can't imagine where I'd be without them.
So the Islanders get the OT win. It's 3-2. They pick up a gigantic 2 points. The Stars do get one. They don't have games in hand of Winnipeg, but the Islanders get the win. Let me get my notes in here, and then we'll get set up on this side. Actually, what I can do is flip between LA and Edmonton. Is there in the second period. I won't go away from our featured game. So let's give you those updates as I can get this together. That game is 1-1. So as it stands, after one in our game, it's 1-0 Bees over the Kraken. David Pastrnak breakaway goal assisted by Kevin Shattenkirk and Jesper Boquist. Nothing for Seattle in that first. Team stats here for you. Shots on goal, 11-7 for Boston. Hits, 7-4 for Seattle. Face-offs, 10-6 for the Bees. No power plays. Let's get to the official scoring update, because now that that's done, we'll give you all the goals across. So after one, it was 1-0 Islanders. Ryan Pollock from Simon Holmstrom and Casey Cizikas. And then the 21-year-old rookie Logan Stankoven out of Canada gets his first of the year on his birthday from Wyatt Johnston. It was 2-2 after two. Matt Duchene also scored on the power play from Harley and Stankoven. So Stankoven with a couple of points. Kyle McLean gets his second from Pierre Engvall and Ryan Pollock. Bo Horvat gets the OT game winner from Barzell and Mike Riley. Scott Wedgwood makes 25 out of 28 in the overtime loss. And Ilya Sorokin was stellar, 30 out of 32 as he takes the win. And the Islanders get a massive 2 points. Another crazy final here for today, another massive 2 points. And this is big for the teams that are behind the Red Wings and the Islanders in Washington. Again, the Red Wings will play both of them this week. Washington off a back-to-back against Detroit tomorrow. The Islanders on Thursday, but Washington explodes on Ottawa. They win 6-3. It was 6 goals in the first period. So the 2 goals for Ottawa, which kept it tied at 2-2 at the time, was Drake Batherson from Kachuk and Pinto, and then Pinto from Travis Hamonic and Brady Kachuk. But it was all Washington most of the time. Alexei Protas opened the scoring from Mantha and Connor McMichael. John Carlson on the power play, his fourth from Dylan Strom. Patches, Max Pacioretty from Michael Scarabosa and Connor McMichael. And then Beck Malenstein from Alexei Protas and Nicholas Obey-Bell. 4-2 after 2 for Washington. Brady Kachuk made it 4-3 from Tarasenko and Pinto. Is Tarasenko going to be on the move? It seems like it. Hendrix LaPierre with back-to-back goals. And that second from Melenstein and Bear, and then from Mantha and Protas. He's got his fourth 6-3 win. Darcy Kemper, not a very busy man, 18 of 21 in the win, but very busy for the Ottawa Senators. Forsberg pulled after one. 6 out of 10. Jonas Korpisalo, 8 out of 10. Not very good goaltending today for Ottawa. Again, we're giving you any updates to get across in between LA and Edmonton. They are in Rogers Place right now. It's a 1-1 score. Zach Hyman from Connor McDavid is 69th assist on the year. They talked about his goalless drought. I think it's at, 11 games for Connor McDavid? But he's still well over a point a game with the assists. He goes, I think I'm just going to pass the rest of the year. Trevor Moore with Creighton Byfield and Andreas Englund at 6:45 to open the scoring. Stuart Skinner, 13 out of 14. David Riddick, 9 out of 10. So with the 2 Eastern Conference victors for Washington and the Islanders, this gives Washington 63 points now in 57 games. They remain 6 points back of Tampa for WC2. They have 3 games in hand, so they can technically make all of those up with wins. So that is big. And for the Islanders, they're 2 games in hand of Tampa. They're at 62. They are 7 points back. But Washington can make all of it up. And it is big. Tampa would even be thankful if Detroit would get back-to-back wins over Washington and the Islanders this week, Tuesday, Thursday, and then the Saturday side for Detroit as well. I believe that's against the Florida Panthers. Not going to be doing that game either because I'll be covering the Waterford Sharks and the Blue Water Stars in the MIHL. Local assignment there for me, on location. But those would be a big week for the teams behind the Red Wings and the Lightning. If the Red Wings stumble and lose both those games, that makes it look a lot different. Alex Laferriere just scored for the LA Kings. Now they have a 2-1 lead over the Oilers. Again, that is big in the Pacific because the Kings, if they get this 2 points over the Oilers, that puts the Oilers in WC1, and the Kings will take their 3rd spot, right behind the Vegas Golden Knights. Wide open pass off the backhand from Andrei Kopitar. Kopitar able to get that. Matt Roy gets it in. Gets around McDavid. Kopitar, Laferriere wide open. No chance for Stuart Skinner to make the save there. Inexcusable defense for the Oilers. Very quiet night in both the NHL and the NBA. Let me give you these scoring updates and we'll flip back over. So Raptors beat the Pacers. That's a surprise. The Raptors were led in scoring by R.J. Barrett with 24, the former Knicks. Scotty Barnes 21. 19 for Emmanuel Quickly. 34 for Benedict Mathurin in the start. 11 of 15. Remarkably efficient. 7 of 9 from the line. 5 of 8 from 3. With 5 assists, 2 steals, and a block. Tyrese Halliburton. Not very good today. 2 of 11, produced 9 points. $27 for Pascal Siakam against his former team to go with 9 rebounds and 6 assists as Toronto wins by 8, 130-122. A couple other finals for you. The Nets dispatched the Grizzlies, who've had a miserable year. Again, they dealt with the John Morant suspension, a lot of other stuff. Grizzlies have been awful, though. And they take the loss 111-86 for the Grizz. 17 off the bench for Lamar Stevens to go with 6 rebounds. Really nobody else of note. Jaren Jackson Jr. did get 15. On the other end, very balanced scoring for the Brooklyn Nets as we see 7 different players in double figures. Dennis Schroeder leads the Nets in scoring with 18, 13 for Finney Smith, 11 for Bridges, 14 for Cam Thomas. Pistons fall to 8-49, 4 wins on the road, 4 wins at home. They lose 113-111 to the Knicks, who are beat up beyond belief. They still take the win. 35 points for Jalen Brunson. 10 of 11 from the line, 3 of 11 from deep, but he had 12 assists. 23 for Josh Hart, 21 for Dante DiVincenzo, 32 points for Cade Cunningham. A big boy game for him there. 5 rebounds and 8 assists, and Jalen Duren always owns the boards. 11 points, 16 rebounds, 4 assists, and a block and a steal as the Pistons lose again. And again, with the lottery, that does not guarantee that you get the first pick. I'm going to take a break for the talking point for the moment, as we will flip back into our featured game. And to catch up with you shortly, as we'll start the second period.
We mentioned earlier, power play goals in 3 straight. Kipping on a shoot-in. Puck on the right wing wall. Byfield out to Doughty. Power play LA. Doughty beats it. All right, time for your mid-delivery Super Bowl moment. David Pastrnak delivering in his 652nd career game, his 700th career point, courtesy of his 37th goal this season. One down. Stick around. We got more coming your way for Private Pleasure Arena right here on Bruce Sports. Live Sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive articles and tools.
New projects means new project managers. You need to hire. Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/hire and get started today.
The rush to the playoffs. The biggest games. The Stanley Cup Final returns on ABC and ESPN Plus. Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Stories and sports. On ESPN Plus. Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus. Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus. Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. A night of reggae magic. UB40 comes to the Emerald Queen Casino July 21st with their Red Wine Tour. Tickets at emeraldqueen.com. Buy your local Ford dealer home of the F-150, America's best-selling truck for 47 years. And by First Tech Federal Credit Union, the financial home for Seattle's tech community and Kraken fans everywhere. All right, good to have you with us, Allison and Tom with you. All right, let's talk about one of the things we dived into a little bit pregame. Aggression by the Kraken. Are you seeing enough so far?
Everyone was talking about all the penalties last game on both sides. And so I wonder if that wasn't maybe in a little bit of the back of the Kraken players' heads. They didn't seem to really exert their full control over the player, over possession, until towards the end of that period. So I would like to see them push more, be more assertive with their play, but still retain composure so that they don't end up in the box.
All right, Groovy getting the start tonight in goal. What do you think?
I think he's looked really good. This is an instance where the numbers don't really tell the full story. We know we can measure shot quality, but we can't necessarily measure the difficulty of that shot that David Pastrnak had that turns into the goal. Philip Gruber has been tested frequently and often by some of the top talent in the league, and I think he's doing an excellent job so far.
He had some great A saves. They kept this game 1-0 as opposed to 2-0 or 3-0. So, job well done by the German gentleman as we send it upstairs to two more gentlemen, John Forsum and J.T. Brett.
That, sir, is a matter of opinion, and I trust yours, and we'll stay with that anyway. The Kraken got better as the period went along.
Yeah, I thought that they started a little bit on their heels. Boston was kind of taking it to them when it came to the offensive zone time. But as Allison mentioned, to a much better second part of that first period. They need to continue to do a lot of that. And one thing I would look for is a little bit less of the turnovers. You want to make sure they're 5 feet inside the blue line, outside the blue line, especially through the neutral zone. They're not having those.
Okay, down we go to Nick. Nick, from your perspective down there, what do you see?
Something very apparent to me exiting the zone, especially for rush offense for the Kraken, is that they found great success working the puck from the strong side of the ice, which is the side of the ice where the puck is on, where there's a lot of players, then moving it quickly to the other side, the weak side of the ice with speed, and then everybody's able to flood. So you have to have that support. You got to make sure that everybody is in the same way, in the same lane and route, so you're able to move that puck. So that was something I think as far as a couple of the rush chances that the Kraken got, that was a real key to it. See if they can continue that here in the middle frame.
Okay, this homestand will continue as we take a look at the numbers here after 20 minutes of play. Seattle blocked 7 shots in that period. Boston won 10 of 16 faceoffs. Of course, Pastrnak the only goal and his 700th point. Pittsburgh is here on Thursday. And we'll kick it off with Kraken pregame presented by Coors Light at 6:30 here at Climate Pledge Arena, Edmonton on Saturday afternoon. 6-game homestand. An overtime loss.
This is game 4 of a 6-game homestand for Seattle. And we're starting the second period. David Pastrnak, if you're just joining us, had the lone goal of the game so far. and we will see if Seattle can get back on the front foot. They need to right now, as this will be right to left for Boston in this first period. McCann will get this now here for Dunn. Fake the slapper and will shoot it now. This will be picked up by McCann on the offensive zone for Dave Hextall's squad. Jordan Everett get this one back as it's Larson. Put it around the inboards here for McCann off the half spin. Able to get this puck loose, but Matt Grzelcyk will give chase. So just throw a stick out there, try to find it. Jared McCann now will take this body contact against the wall. Matty Beniers trying to emerge with it as this puck is just bouncing everywhere. And now Danton Heinen on the counter. Morgan Geekie wants it, but the pass isn't going to get there. This will be funneled all the way back in the Boston zone, and this will be blown dead against Seattle for icing at 19:01 in the second period. John Under with you on the call. Again, if you're just joining us, 1-0 Boston for Pastrnak. Again, give you a reset there. Kevin Shattenkirk and Jesper Boquist on that side. Nothing for Seattle in that first period. They need to be able to sustain this puck a little bit more. That's what I've noticed a lot on that side for Boston. They're able to keep it holding, get in dangerous spots, and kind of bleed time away. Not enough danger chances yet on Linus Ullmark. Burakovsky, great steal off the windmill. This is a good work. Linus Ullmark able to cancel that one off the top of the left arm. So just as we're saying that Seattle need chances, Andre Burakovsky able to create a magnificent one. Brandon Carlo put this back for Mason Warai. He can't clear it out. Yanni Gord gets the steal. Jamie Alexiak. As Ullmark saw it the whole way, he's going to leapfrog this thing near the left side red line trapezoid, and he will make it the play and hold on, and Boston will get the defensive zone draw. So they're going to show this, obviously, on Root Sports, able to get the speed to close out Warai and then fire it up high, but Ullmark stood tall, able to make that save and make sure that Boston's still out in front by a goal. So good to see Andre Burakovsky on the front foot there and get the steal. But Ullmark made that look pretty easy because, again, he is a Vezina candidate for a reason. 0.11 in the last 13 home games, 8-2-3 record. You're going to need that to continue, probably even get both. As it's Pastrnak, he gets leveled. Coyle able to send this one in. Pasta back to his feet. As they try to get on the forecheck for Will Borgen. Jaden Shorts get this across the center ice portion. And this is Oliver Bjorkstrand with an outstretched stick. Pasta, flip it, as this is picked up here by Jamie Alexiak. Wenberg gets canceled off the puck there for the moment. He picks it up, though. Here's a chance to the right side. Walks in, shoots, wrister block. Backhand attempt. That's saved by Ullmark and then played. Pasta now has it. Right side wing entry here. Boston off the rush. Here's a chance that goes just wide. And now this will be picked up here for Pastrnak. He'll make a great back pass, and this will get shoveled toward McAvoy into the right circle. McAvoy with a bomb of the feet, goes circle, circle, right into the left side for DeBrusk. Off the spin, the lefty's got it. Leave it back here for McAvoy. Try to find off the half turn, McAvoy and DeBrusk. They'll crisscross. It's Pasta near the left dot. Pavel Zacha, see if he can go ahead and find it, but Brian Dumoulin forces the steal. Jimmy Alexiak, too far for him. Boston will send it in deep. DeBrusk will take a chop at it, but this will go down the ice again, and this will be blown dead one more time against Seattle. 17:07 left to go in this middle frame. 255 penalty minutes for Boston, fifth most in the NHL. Maybe Root Sports is hoping that that's going to be foreboding. We haven't had one yet in this game. 199 penalties against Seattle, the fifth fewest, so the fifth most to the fifth fewest out of 32 teams that we have now, because the latest expansions of Vegas and Seattle. Seattle made the playoffs in their second season. Golden Knights made the Cup Finals in their first season, 2018, before they lost to the Caps, but they did just win it last year for the first time. And they look to be another one of those teams again in Vegas that could really be dangerous, especially if you have cap situations for LTIR for Eichel or Stone. That could maybe bring somebody in like Vlad Tarasenko, and they would have the cap space if they wanted to. Caller Yamamoto gets absolutely upended, and the penalty marker calling was a pretty good call for Root Sports inside, whoever's running the graphics in the truck. Rousseau, I think he's going to go to the box for tripping. Hook's going to be called. Caller Yamamoto, I think, was the one that was able to draw it a little bit off the left side of the arm. Brazel, I think, didn't do that much, if we are being honest. That's just me throwing it out there. But the Bruins will go to the box, and Yamamoto is doing a great job selling it on the bench. He's got to do that right now because you want to make sure that that's drawn. Kraken power play, about middle of the pack, 17th at 21%. Bruins penalty kill at 81.5, which is 10th out of 32 teams. Send this back around as Boston trying to get it out of the Seattle zone. Seattle trying to keep it in just across the right side blue line. Boston emerges a little too far. Vince Dunn able to find it off the backhand. And Seattle can start this right to left on the power play. The first of the game. This could open something here for Seattle. The power play is pretty decent. As this is sent around the end boards here for Linus Ullmark. Ullmark will stop it. Parker Wotherspoon try to pick it up now as Charlie Coyle will give some effort by Marchand here for Coyle. Coyle now will just go ahead and take a change for Jim Montgomery's squad. 0 for 5 on the power play Saturday from them against Minnesota. Most power plays in the last 12 games. Definitely going to want to change that. That means that they're due. You don't want to start 0 for 6 in a recent stretch and 0 for 1 in this game, and for that matter. As it's sent around the end boards, Grubauer slows it down. Schultz. Go ahead and pick it up now. As Seattle taking their time on this breakout, they're trying to get all settled. Natty now across the tentacle S. We'll put this one in deep. He gets bodied up a little bit. A couple of checks get finished. Near the left side red line, Beniers gets it to Schultz. Near the right side, Kraken looking to press. Matty now near the left side wall. And he can't get there as this goes all the way down. Back to Phil Grubauer. Justin Schultz will stop it. 25 seconds left to go in Seattle's power play. This is Beniers. Beniers. Too hard and off the wall. Ullmark. Oh, it goes in. He tried to play it and clear, but I think it bounced off Ullmark. And maybe Matty Beniers. Either way, Seattle's going to get a power play goal. And Linus Ullmark, you got a chance to see, hopefully in this replay, what it hit. Seattle's going to take it. Ullmark went to go play it, and all of a sudden it went horribly wrong. So Ullmark tries to clear. It bounces off a Seattle body, and it's Everlay. It bounces off Everlay. He gets a stick on it, and it goes in. That is, if you're a goaltender, tend the goal. Little Steve Dangle there, but he really did. It was open enough to clear, but maybe Everlay just got there. He'll take it. Seattle will take it. They got a power play goal. They're going to cue the Lithium Nirvana. But Ullmark, a little oopsie daisy. And it's 1-1 now. I haven't seen that all year as far as covering games. But Seattle is now tied. Here is an opportunity now. Jordan Everlay is going to get an unassisted goal. Maybe partially assisted for Ullmark. A little whoops there. As this is picked up now near the blue line side. Dumoulin now for Turbo. Turbo will dump this in. Everlay goal number 296 ties the game at the 15-minute mark thereabouts. 994 games, 693 points. He's 7 points away from a 700 milestone that Pasta just got. Yanni Gord. He's going to go all the way around the world here as this goes near the left side red line, stolen by Shorts. Shorts now, all of a sudden, Seattle a little hungry after scoring that. They try to find Yanni Gord right in front of the right dot. And that pass a little too hard as it's stopped by Grubauer. So power play unassisted, but you can credit that a little bit to Linus Ullmark. As Borgen now. We'll get this one for Jimmy Alexiak. Alexiak will go ahead and take this, as this is now near the left side red line. This will be Alex Wenberg, former Blue Jacket, pinned against the wall. Shorts. Bjorkstrand turns and shoots. Good stop for Ullmark. Wenberg gets taken down. And now this is McAvoy. They'll look to press. Van Riemsdyk. Boston 4-on-2. McAvoy pass never got there. Jake DeBrusk pinned against the wall by the giant Jimmy Alexiak. It looks like a tree. 13:30 left to go in this second. Frederic. Try to get this one now. Boquist now for Trent Frederic. Frederic off the backhand. Still strong enough to get through the traffic. It's Carlo now. Here's a good pass to the left side dot, and it goes harmless through the blue paint. Carlo off the pinch, as this is still for Geekie now. And Shorts gets the steal. Ref goes down. It's a one-on-one. Bjorkstrand needs some help now. It's 1-on-4. Bjorkstrand pinned. Tomas Tatar trying to locate. He will try to get this now near the left side red line. Seattle all of a sudden got the puck possession. Dumoulin sends it safely across for his defensive partner. This is fought off by the stick of Ullmark. And now a penalty called. Seattle taken down. And the ref immediately races over. The Seattle crowd very happy. And they're going to the power play yet again. They already got one. Jordan Eberle with a little assist from Linus Ullmark ties the game at 1. Come right back. Seattle on the power play again.
On one hand, it's so helpful to find the right coverage with Geico. From cars to home to jewelry, it's easy with Geico. Why choose Sleep Number Smart Bed? Can I keep it warm on a cold?
Wait, no, I'm always hot.
Sleep Number.
Can I get my side soft?
My side friendly Sleep Number does that. Can't help us sleep better and better.
Thanks.
Sleep Number does that. 94% of smart sleepers report better sleep. Now, save 50% off Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus 10% off all bases and Monday.
Cooking schools? Security restaurants? Holiday parties? With thousands of unique dining experiences, anything's on the menu with Mary Bonboy.
Live sports. Now look right here. This car's towards the car. It's going to be the cross check right on the back of the leg, sending him flying into the boards. And while didn't think the first one was a penalty, that one definitely was. And second look right here is Ullmark from behind the net. Camera shoots the puck into Eberle. An empty 4x6.
You feel sorry for the Boston fan? I do a little bit. I mean, you know,
Depends if they're from Boston. Flew all the way out. Well,
So here's the deal. Again, we talked about the opening goal for Seattle in this second and tied it at 1. Jordan Eberle off of Ullmark failed clear. And now Carlo cross-checks Tatar in the back of the legs. Second power play, Beniers went for the rifle wrister. And this one is not kept in by Dave Hextall's defense. This will go back to Philip Grubauer, but it's a 1-1 game. 12:25 left to go in the second, and Seattle's got their second power play. Matty now will dump this in across the red line. This will take a favorable bounce. Seattle's got it. They'll get this back to D now. Here's an opportunity for Justin Schultz. Tolvanen. Now for Schultz. Fake the slapper. Tolvanen wrister. Stick save. Here for Ullmark. Somebody doesn't have a piece of lumber here as this gets sent all the way down. So that'll be all cleared up as this will be sent back in. Left to right, Seattle. That's what they want to do on their second power play. They already got one. See if they can go 2 for 2. Andre Burakovsky racing down the left wing side. There's a stick near the left dot. That could come into play here. There's Jared McCann. What a spin. McCann now defers toward the right side red line. Wimberg. McCann. Crisscross. Burakovsky now. Late for Vince Dunn. Extra pass. McCann. Here this will bounce near the embankment. Dunn can't hold it. Here's a possible break. And now taken away from Frederic, but Frederic is more than happy to kill time. Seattle now off a 3-on-2. It's Jaden Shorts. Has to spin here near the right side dot. What a feed as it's McCann. And the backhand goes wide, and we get another whistle. Now Parker Wotherspoon wants a piece of Vince Dunn. The crowd's on their feet right now, and I'm not sure what the whistle is here, but the play is blown dead with 11:10 left to go in the second. We're going to get another penalty called. Too many men for Boston. So 3 power plays here for Seattle in this second. Again, right when Root Sports showed it at the beginning of the second that Boston was the 5th most penalized team. As soon as that happened, finger snap. I know Cooper Hopkins can do that. I can't on that side. But they had 6 on the ice on that end. 1 too many. As they really got penalized on that end. And now Seattle still has the door open. They have 25 seconds of carryover power play time for a 5-on-3. And there was a cross check in front of the net against Manny Beniers. That wasn't called, but the too many men was. So bench minor, that one I think is going to be served by Carlo, who's already in there, and then Ben Riemsdyk. So Matty Beniers on this 5-on-3. This is a key face-off draw. Jordan Eberle's already got 1. This is a golden opportunity for Seattle. You never know if the door is going to get any more wide open. Good face-off win for Boston. They can't keep it in. This bounces off a Dunn, and this will stay. Although it kills 7 seconds, it'll stay in the offensive end here for Seattle, and they'll get a fortunate opportunity to do it again. With 11:04 left to go in the second. John, I'm here with you on the play-by-play. It's a solo call here for me today. Again, so Juice with the crazy comment on that side. Again, PWHL, my friend, is open. You can watch that stuff on the YouTube if you want to make that nice. Again, that will be fun to cover, but can't read those comments out loud. Bjork Strand, as this is near the left side red line, done off the half spin. As this is picked up, man, you never know what you see on the comments. Done. Sent across. McCann with a wrister. This one gets blocked. McCann now spins around the end boards. Done. Pick it up. And now Carlo right out of the box. Almost picked off a Dunn pass. But it's 1:25 left to go in Seattle's 3rd power play of the game. They're now 1 for 2. Jaden Shorts, as this is cleared all the way down. Here for Grubauer. Grubauer now will stop it. And Seattle will pick this one up in their own end. Burakovsky now find the entry here. As this one's dumped in, Wenberg will take a look, and this is slap shotted from 200 feet all the way down to Philip Grubauer. Boston want to make sure that they press a little bit here. They were trying to make sure to put a little pressure on Grubauer just to kill some more time as we're halfway through regulation. Burakovsky now. Shorts off the half spin. They picked up by Dunn near the left dot, but he overskates it. And now Boston with Frederic. Able to kill some time for Pavel Zacha off a 1-on-3. This gets blocked. And now pinned against the wall. Good work for Boston. Able to kill the majority of time away from the latest 5-on-4 for Seattle's effort. As this is sent around the end boards for Marchand. Marchand to McAvoy. As they'll successfully get this one back. Again, Boston can clear this the length of the ice if they want to, but they're just kind of taking puck possession, even though it's on shorthanded. Excuse me. Marchand put this back to Wenberg now. He gets the steal. Seattle's going to run out of time on the power play by the time they enter. Yanni Gord for Schultz. This gets dropped. Glove down here. As Riemsdyk is back out on the ice. Linus Ullmark. Down to 9 minutes left to go. And the second almost intercepted right in front of the net again. As that was Yanni Gord that almost forced the steal. They'll get it now. Yanni Gord near the right side dot. Here for Dumoulin. He needs help, however, as this is putting around the end boards here for Tanev. Tanev and Dumoulin as he's pinched against the right side faceoff dot. He takes a seat here. Yanni Gord will get a cross check in as Charlie McAvoy will pick it up. McAvoy now. For Wotherspoon, we'll go ahead and dump this one in. Send it around as this is picked up here for Van Riemsdyk. Yanni Gord is there in his own end. And now Turbo has it. Across the tentacle west, he'll safely dump it in as it's picked up here for Matt Grizzly. Put it in around the embankment. Boston will flutter this one down the ice. Will Borgen will play it, no icing. As this is sent around again from 100 feet. This is put in between the players' bench. Oli Tolvanen will fire. And this is a stick by Shattenkirk that knocks the puck out of play. We'll take a break. 7:59 left to go in the second. We are tied at 1.
He wasn't just a weight horse. He'd already worked out how to help protect way more than just your car.
Renters, jewelry, pet insurance, and then you come back at night and start filming.
From cars to home to pets, it's easy to Geico. eBay Authenticity Guarantee. It's checked by experts. Every stitch will tag and look. So you'll always have a feeling of freedom.
Scoring update for you at the end of 2. It's still tied. It was 1-1 after 1, 2-2 after 2 between the Kings and the Oilers. That one's at Rogers Place. Alex Laferriere, that's the one that we watched before going to our featured game again from Anze Kopitar and Matt Roy. Leon Draisaitl on the power play from Evan Bouchard and RNH. Connor McDavid's point streak still alive from the assist at 1936 to the first from Zach Hyman. Trevor Moore opened the scoring from Quentin Byfield and Andreas Englund. 19 of 21 for David Riddick. 24 of 26 for Stuart Skinner. Again, we're in break in our featured game 1-1 with 7:59 in the second between the Bees and the Kraken.
Here's a look at the JP Morgan Wealth Management Future Report. You know, I was come through the Perkins Circus update, and here we are because he's at it again. Jagger Perkins scored his 100th points of the season on Friday, not only making him the fastest player to reach 100 points in Canadian Hockey League this season, but also his point total makes him 4th in points in team history. 100 points in just 52 games. You guys averaging nearly 2 points per game. That's not too shabby, eh?
Not at all. You know who's number 3? Braden Point. So he's right back of Braden Point, the star of the Tampa Bay Lightning right now. And Theo Fleury's the all-time leader. Moose Jaw Warriors. Franchise history. Western Hockey League. 7:55 left second period. Frederic at the center. Morgan Geekie now moving up on Schultz out of the corner. Waterspoon on Frederic, accepted by Schultz.
I had to delete any comments from the YouTube side, whether it was bot or just someone trying to be funny. There's no place for that in the section, as this is recollected, and we get back into the play-by-play here. 1-1 with 7:30 left to go in the second. It is at Climate Pledge Arena. John Under with you on the call, as this is picked up now off the forehand, and this will be dumped in here for Danton Heinen. Off the backhand now is Brian Dumoulin. His pass tried to go right to left in the home Navy for the Seattle Kraken. Bjorkstrand will send it in. As Schultz will take a look. Wenberg pinned against the left side red line. And now Boston will go ahead and find this, as they're going to try to go left or right in the road whites with the black pants and the yellow striping on the jerseys. 6:55 left to go in the second. Pastrnak can't get the outstretch, and Shaden Shorts was getting held a little bit. He was trying to battle 3 Bruins to the puck. He's the first to get to it now on the right side of the red line. This is sent back around for Wenberg. Wenberg now trying to just dump this in deep here for Vince Dunn. Vince Dunn, what a pass across. Trying to snipe the top left corner was Yanni Gord, and that one went just wide as the Bees escape the pressure, but it's turned over. Now Wenberg has it near the right side. There's a centering pass, beautifully blocked by Boston, as this will be picked up now. 2-on-1 developing. Jake DeBrusk shoots, gets his own rebound. Second one goes wide. First stop by the left pad of Grubauer. Now we're racing the other way. Matty Beniers will send this one in deep here for Van Riemsdyk. Riemsdyk's pass right up by Marchand. He absorbs a hit from Alexiak. And now Marchand will take a shot that goes up the glove of Philip Grubauer. Kevin Shattenkirk, third line defense, will take a tip shot. And this will be held by Philip Grubauer. 5:50 left to go in the second. I think we're going to pay some more bills here. Jake DeBrusk, that's a good save off the stick shaft of Grubauer. Take another break, still tied at 1.
Okay, when you turn around, you're going to see some more.
Let's imagine that LL Cool J has a bubble around him. Do we want to make
There are some situations that young homeowners turning into their parents just can't handle.
There he is. There's my nephew.
We must train our minds. Breathe in, breathe out. Where did she go?
When we get into the second period intermission, I'll give you a few more updates. Light night across the league in the NHL and the NBA, but we'll throw that out there as well.
Kraken Hockey is brought to you by Jack in the Box, 2 tacos for 99 cents online and on the Jack app. And by Northwest Buick GMC dealers. See your Northwest GMC dealer.
All right, for a great 2-on-1 opportunity to cross. Pastrnak, first shot to press. Save. Goes right back to him and
Make sure to throw that in the notes.
other side, but not able to get it past the post.
That's where we love that McDonald's McDelivery super. See it spindle off the metal. Alexiak, Everly.
5:45 left to go in the second. Again, for Jake DeBrusk, he had a couple chances. The last one went off the post, however, as this game's still tied at 1. Again, it would be funny if we're dead set to go to OT. We still got a whole other period in regulation on that side, but this is what the Boston Bruins do of late on this side. It's pretty interesting. As is Charlie Coyle. Try to get this out of his own end. He finally will. The hand was up for delayed offsides, nothing more. As Anthony Richard will try to pick this one up. This will be stolen by Eberle in his own end, and Will Borgen will spin and turn. He's going to try to buy some space here for Alexiak, former star. About 5:05 left to go in the second. John Edward on the call. It's a 1-1 game. David Pastrnak scored the lone goal of the first, and then Eberle got a gift from Linus Ullmark, who tried to clear it on the kill. It bounced off Eberle. He picked it up, backhanded it back in the net as the clearing attempt goes into the trapper of Linus Ullmark, and that means a Seattle offensive zone draw with 4:52 left to go in this middle frame. Shots are low, 17-12 across the board. Again, they mentioned in the Kraken intermission portion on Root Sports that they needed to get more shots to pressure Boston a little bit. Again, I know it goes without saying, but they only have 12 on this side, and one of them was an absolute gift. Otherwise, it would still be 1-0 game. They're showing Shane Wright, Coachella Valley Firebirds got 18 goals, third among rookies. As this is picked up now for Frederic. Frederic centering pass and a stick in the lane for the Seattle defense, or if not, that could have been 2-1. Seattle quickly trying to push the other way with Schultz. As this is Tolvanen just getting a stick on it, picked up now for Burakovsky. Burakovsky on his backhand. Here's Schultz, sends it across, try to shovel it back down. Schultz, here's a shot high, and the fans thought it was in. Ullmark was looking behind him, but I guess it never hit the post. Here's Boston with the puck. Find the entry. Geekie. This shot's blocked nicely for Schultz. Geekie finishes the hit, does the full splits, trying to get this one back around the end boards. Brand Marchand. Here's a steal. Backhand save. Grubauer. It's loose. Marchand trying to poke away. I didn't know whistle. And now the ref finally gets it. It allowed Dumoulin and Schultz to take a couple extra whacks on that so I get hit by Marchand because the whistle wasn't blown. And Grubauer says thank you in front of the net. So this was bounced, sent across, and Morgan Geekie on the backhand. It was partially blocked by the defense. Get a chance to see who saves this one on that. So coming across was Dumoulin. Keep it in front of Grubauer. And then Grubauer probably should have had a whistle about 7 seconds ago as it was loose under Dumoulin. Then Marchand got away with a couple extra hits trying to block it away from Schultz. But Grubauer holds on. 3:53 left to go in the second. Bees win the offensive zone draw. Marchand, what a tip out front, but that one goes wide. Tristan Schultz, 13 shifts, 10:25 ice time, 2 blocks. Pastrnak forced the steal. Nice play. And that one gets slung wide across the right side inboards. Charlie's got it now. McAvoy, that is, on the defensive side. I can't say Charlie because you got Coyle as well. Picked up now here for McAvoy. This is near the right side down. Marchand tried to stick drag his way through the defense. He picked up for Matt Grzelcyk. Now for David Pastrnak. Pastrnak with a seam pass. It's McAvoy near the bumper. Into the middle of the circles. We'll see who gets to it. It's Van Riemsdyk. Center around the end boards now for Pasta, number 88. He's got it. Near the right side, Marchand try to give and go right to Pasta. Good stick in the lane for McAvoy. As this bounced off a couple bodies, hits Will Borgen. Pavel Zacha. What a pass and what a setup. Boston never gave up on the play. And David Pastrnak gets his second. That is a beautiful pass from Pavel Zacha. And the Bees take the lead one more time. 2:52 in the second. That's a gorgeous goal. So that was just good puck possession from Jim Montgomery's squad. Jaden Shorts couldn't get it out. Pavel Zacha cutting Pasta near the right dot. Nobody picks him up. That's a slam dunk. No chance for Grubauer. Pasta found the soft spot in the defense, and Zacha made him pay. That is a gorgeous, gorgeous setup for the Bees. And Pasta helps them take the lead one more time. So 2-1. 2 goals on 2 shots. 8th multi-goal of the season game for Pasta. As this is for Marchand. Can he make it 3 for 3? That's the question. As Van Riemsdyk will send this in, make that Shattenkirk. 2:33 left to go in the second. Pasta has got his second, his 701st point of the season. And that is just a gorgeous play because sometimes when you get the puck stuck in your own end, you kind of scramble around. The Shorts couldn't get it out and went off the high glass. Zacha able to kind of swerve in behind the net, and Pasta cutting in there, the left circle. That's a slam dunk behind the net pass and an easy finish. Coyle can't win the draw. Seattle now tries to hit this around the embankment. It's to Frederic, however. He'll keep it in. Boston doing a great job. A pinball. This hits somebody in the face. Slow to get up. Morgan Geekie, the former member of the Kraken. He might have got hit in the bridge of his nose. He's getting up under his own power, however. Let's take a look at it on the replay. This will be sent here for Shattenkirk, thrown toward the net. Inadvertently might have bounced off McCann. And, near the left cheek of Morgan Geekie. And he got hit pretty good. He's going right to the dressing room under his own power. So hopefully he is okay. We're going to get a neutral zone draw. Geekie, 9:03 of ice time, 2 shots, 11 shifts. He's going to go right to the dressing room. I don't think he's going to return for this period, but I think he'd be okay for the third. He went right off his own power. As it stands, though, for 2:23, at least in the second, the Bruins will be down a forward. So Bruins now will have it. It is McAvoy. We'll get this. And this one is hit. Does this hit the linesman? Oh, my goodness. Back-to-back plays. Morgan Geekie just got hit on the Boston side. And a clear for Seattle bounced off the right side of the helmet. Maybe hit the ear of one of the linesmen. 2 straight plays hit players. This time it was a referee, however, but Geekie and now a linesman. So McAvoy with the clear, and it hit the linesman in the back of the helmet. Back-to-back plays. That is something you just don't see very often, and I hope that we got our quota already taken all the way up as they're taking a few extra minutes for that linesman who got hit in the back of the head, thankfully on the helmet now, of a clearing attempt from McAvoy. That is something that you don't often see, but I think that we're going to be okay here as far as getting back under play, probably in about another 30 seconds or so. John out here with you on the call. David Pastrnak has got the latest. That answered a Jordan Eberle power play goal from an oops pass from Linus Ullmark off the clear. It's 2-1 Boston. Pasta in line for the hat with 2:16 left to go in the second, as it's still a one-goal game. Pucks went off Morgan Geekie. Again, the former member of Seattle, now Boston. He went in the dressing room under his own power. And then immediately after, they got a draw to hit the linesman. We're going to get an offensive zone draw now. Charlie Coyle, as this one is won by the Seattle defensive end. And it's sent down the ice. This will be blown dead. So in about a span of 2 minutes and 30 seconds, we have maybe about 5 seconds of action with two different parts of personnel getting hit by pucks and then ice down on the other end. So Boston will get another offensive zone draw with 2:09 left to go in the second. We're at Clement Pledge Arena. It's a 2-1 game. Seattle took the first meeting of the year, but this is the second and final of the opposite conferences. Marchand, Pastrnak. Again, all that dead time is going to get Pastrnak back on the ice. Maddie trying to break through here. Overskates it. Pasta's got it. Nice work, Grizzly. Pasta try to find it, but it's too far for Grizzly, and this will go back to the defensive end for Charlie McAvoy. 1:45 left to go in the second. This will be no icing. Picked up now for Adam Larson. He's wearing an assistant's A patch. He'll try to take this one right to left. 1:30 left to go, 90 seconds left to go in the second. It's a 2-1 score line. Boston's got the lead. Parker Wotherspoon will send this one for Carlo. Back around. Dumoulin will give chase. This will be blown dead against Boston with 1:18 left to go in the middle frame. Shots remain low on one end for Seattle, especially 21-12. The Bees are out in front of the shot board. They're up by 1 on the scoreboard as we have some Seattle outdoor game jerseys here on this side, and we have the mix of the inaugurals and the home and the road. I prefer the home jerseys. The home navies, I think, are very sharp as this is sent around the inboards. Boston will safely get this one left to right as Seattle pick it back up now with Justin Schultz. His outstretched pass too far from Yanni Gord. Schultz will pick it back up, and so does Yanni as he's chasing near the left side red line. McAvoy goes in off the wall for DeBrusk, a little too far for him. This goes high, goes up the stick shaft of Linus Solmar. 45 seconds left to go in the middle frame. Burakovsky now for Yanni Gord. As it's sent back around for Dumoulin. Dumoulin now near the right side board. Schultz will take a look as it goes down to 30 seconds. Picked up now off of Wotherspoon. Matty Beniers puts this back around the defensive embankment. Burakovsky gets his shot blocked. Let's stick in the lane for the Bees. Wotherspoon now. Try to find Frederic. And this will go off the board. Seattle will check back up in their own end with Brian Dumoulin. Dumoulin now spending his time on the third line defense for Dave Hextall's squad. No icing. As it's Carlo, pick it back up in his own end. Boston has it. They got time, but they got to make an outstretched pass. Here's McAvoy. Got to shoot it. Down to 1. He doesn't get the shot off in time. After 2, 2-1 is the score. Pastrnak with the latest. To answer Jordan Eberle on the power play. When they come back, we'll call the third period. This game is still very close.
There's the play. The pinball goal by Jordan Eberle. David Pastrnak is having a brilliant night with 2 goals. Among the league leaders, he is. Boston with a 1-goal lead after 40.
What even is this? Don't touch my things, bro. Dennis, when you bundle your home renters with your auto, Progressive provides 24/7 protection for almost everything you own. But do you really need my way to do? It's for my snacks waste. And dog taste lounger. Foot shut off. That comes with a dollar. Perfect for other bear oxygen don't I can't live without us. Solid gold pockets, late movie. Really? Can Progressive cover that too? Yes. Hi, Dennis. I'll be fine. Is my voice on TV right now?
My name's Cody Archie,
And I'm Erica.
and we're first generation ranchers from Central Texas.
And because of TikTok, we're able to show people from all over the world where their food and fiber come from.
We have Dorper sheep and we have beef cattle for the sole purpose of going into the food chain. We use TikTok thought as a school to inform people of what we do and why we do it. There's just a plethora of knowledge and of information swapping going on there. TikTok is helping us protect this way of life for future generations.
Grace didn't believe in magic. For the poster, just like to prove it wrong. You were made to dream about it for years. We were here to help you book it in minutes.
I love your place.
Thanks. Could you grab some carrots?
Sure. What's this?
That's for Pepper.
You keep dog food in your fridge?
It's not dog food, it's fresh pet. You don't need real pet cheese.
That you feed your dog. So it's dog food.
You're so right about her.
Fresh pet. It's not dog food, it's food food.
This world is beyond cruelty.
You want to fight them? You will see one with a dessert.
Stand walk like a drunk lizard.
Your past needs to work. What would you do when you feel the breath on your neck? Yo, let's be done.
Infusionado con suero nutritivo y aceite de almendras, líder Essential Enriched permite repeler todas sus bondades.
So let's give you the team stats.
Desde la mañana hasta la hora más feliz con esta princesa. Para bondades que nunca pagan.
Shots on goal 21-12 for Boston. Hits, not a very physical game right now. 11-5 for Seattle. Face-offs, 22-13 for the Bees. Power plays were all in the second. One for three for Seattle off the gift from Olmark, and that's it. Takeaways 13-5 Seattle. So in that second period, your reset on that side, sustained pressure. Seattle can't get the puck out of the zone. Zacha recollects behind the net, then sets up a cutting Pastrnak near the left dot, and he scores a lift and tight pass. Grubauer, no chance for the netminder. Both goals at 4:45 and at 17:08. That was the Pastrnak goal at 17:08. 4:45 as Seattle got the first power play of the game. Olmark tries to clear it. It bounces off of Everlay. He picks it back up, backhands it in an open net. Other than that, not much for Seattle in this game as far as sustained pressure. Not much for Olmark to do. Honestly, you should have a shutout right now, if not for the misplay of the puck. And we'll see if anything else changes. Let's flip into another game in progress. Edmonton and LA. Edmonton has just taken the lead. I'll give you that goal scoring update.
You say your owners win it in a shootout 3-2, and the Kings shut out Edmonton in LA a couple of weeks ago, 4-0.
So Oilers have taken the lead. Evan Bouchard from Draisaitl and McDavid. Again, McDavid with his 70th assist. Stuart Skinner, 26 of 28. This has been his better game in a while. David Riddick, 22 out of 25. There's 12:50 left to go in the third. The one scoring update that we didn't give you, this is in the association. The Heat all over Sacramento. I thought about doing that game instead of covering hockey on this side of it. We will cover basketball. There will be Miami and Denver on Thursday. Miami's up 101-81 on Sacramento. And the Beantown. Bam Adebayo with 21, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. Duncan Robinson has only 4 points, but he's got 10 assists. That's an interesting stat line. Jaime Jaquez, 19 with 3 steals. De'Aaron Fox was 16. Keegan Murray was 17. Domantas Sabonis, 14, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, as he's probably going to get a triple-double. I will be right back. I'm going to take a quick break.
Getting some looks the past few games, but nothing yet. He tries to get a goal for the first time since early December. Of course, he has been a healthy scratch for a while. For Calia, the former second-round pick. Dubois down low helping out for Gavrikov. Angela Ferrier's got a goal tonight. In on left wing. On his backhand, pushing her around the wall, but McLeod is up with it. And the Oilers turn it over, shot quickly. LaFerriere from the right side. Save. Lazat holding on. His shot. Save.
That's what the Kings would do. Yep. Just keep putting puck to the net there. LaFerriere had it, turned it spot. Lazat had it, that angle, put it on net.
And they have to head off on a change. The Oilers nursing a 3-2 lead here on home ice. Kings have won 18 road games this season. A good road team. The Oilers a good home team at 17, 8, and 2. Off the wall, down the ice. Offside, LA. Save, Mark. Madness is back. Now through March 7th, we'll have the chance to vote for your favorite LA Kings dogs and crown the 2024 Mark Madness champion. Presented by Zippy Paws. Vote now at LAKings.com/Mark Madness. Kings looking to tie it up. Well, Jim Miller shortened the bench now, midway through the third period. Fiala off the draw, couldn't get around Ekholm. They both go to the ice. Bouchard will send it down, and Downey back out.
Quick change to the fence guard by the Kings right after the drop of the puck.
Moore in on left wing. It's knocked down. Shot. Deneau is going wide. Save anyway.
With David White on the ice, the Kings want Downey and Gavrikov, so they need that quick change.
Draisaitl will steer it down. Riddick in goal. Winds it around, and it comes out to center. Picked up by Moore. Moore tracked by Draisaitl. Threw it across for Deneau, but just missed his stick. Or maybe Deneau's got a look from the middle.
You know, Jimmy, talk about getting that defense pairing out for the matchup. It was Deneau's line that actually stepped on the ice first when McDavid came out after them. So that seems like a line matchup up front that the Oilers would like to have.
Always a chess match when these two get together with the strength both teams have down the middle. And of course, exemplified with the fact that they've met each other in the playoffs each of the last 2 seasons. Nugent Hopkins, former first-round pick, will get it in down low. Downey off the glass. And down the ice. Darnell Nurse will take over. For Kane off his stick. And the Kings look to counter. Manroy to Moverara. And head on left wing, steered it deep by Calia. Dubois chasing. Dubois wrapped up in the corner. There to help out LaFerriere. But away with it, Corey Perry. Flips it out to center McLeod. And they'll get it in deep. Perry in the right wing corner. Took a bump from Manroy. Puck to Vogel. He's tied up by Moverara. Desharnais right point. In deep, Perry walks out, can't get a shot. Now he does. Put it over the net.
Up against Kings.
And the puck is touched up. And with that pressure, the Oilers back on the power play.
It seems like the Kings have just not had it here in the third period after two strong, solid periods. McAvoy gets the hook right here, so the Oilers have turned things around in special team situations. They get another chance. We come back.
Question: what would you get with almost $750?
Easy. Buy a smartwatch like that guy.
Makes sense. Use that GPS for your forward sense of direction.
Excuse me? My grandfather was a homing pigeon. My internal compass is genetic.
You must have skipped a generation.
I'm a walking GPS.
Okay. Which way is north? Okay, that's up, not north.
I should get the watch.
Switch to Progressive and you can save hundreds. Spend on whatever you dream of.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. Moving piles of earth just by moving the lever. Turning up to 4,000 pounds with a machine that weighs less than half that. Cutting grass, clearing the way, and perfecting every inch of your land. We could keep trying to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat. Learn more at johndeere.com/get-in-the-seat.
An experienced QPC eater knows you should never let the ketchup impose and juicy burger.
Alright, sorry about that, everybody. I'm back.
Live sports.
Flip back into our featured contest.
Dennis Woolmark would love to have this one back. Jordan Everly put the pressure on it. Get the lone Kraken goal so far tonight. His 14th on the season. And then Jake DeBrusk off the post. Take another look at that right there. Terrific night for Groovy. He doesn't mind the help from the middle. Stick around. We have more coming your way.
UB40. Red. Live sports.
The competition's never been better. This is just spectacular. The stars have never been brighter. That's our movie. Women's college hoops on ESPN and ABC.
Why do they have to audition again?
Everyone is auditioning to get experience with Chandler Stacks. Drop off your $200.
It's good.
I think it's great. Say I can play high school, but I don't have to take a job for the kids.
Special rate on your Bill Kids Day.
You think you're crazy not lying anyway.
Is this too much? What about the age?
Don't need the audition. Introducing Magenta Stacks premium benefit for brands you love.
What's happening? T-Mobile gets cash.
Kroger always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Kroger app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Try new McDonald's sauce now. Now? Huh? The race for McDonald's is on!
Try new favorite chili McDonald's sauce. Only at McDonald's.
Students of any age, from anywhere. Students in a new kind of classroom. Using our technology to power different ways of learning. Harnessing AI to plant new beginnings. So when minds grow, opportunities follow.
Oh, what's up? Watching the game? Or maybe the one late. Put a little bit of DM action on it now. Any game becomes the game. When you got overs and unders, and every time they throw the ball, kick the ball, throw the ball, they decide to get a ball. Who needs the ball? Now that bet's got you watching every inning, half, round, period, set, hold, elapsed. Right from the NESN.
Hockey is brought to you by your local McDonald's of Western Washington. Bengals are back at McDonald's. By Symmetra Life Insurance Company, official life insurance partner of the Seattle Kraken, and your teammate for whatever lies ahead. And Alaska Airlines save 32% when the Kraken score 5 goals and up. Go to alaskaairlines.com/getaway goals for details. All right, Tom and Allison with you as we close in the start of the third period. A lot of things you like from the Kraken so far tonight.
A great start to that period, a great push, strong power play. But you heard Piper mention the importance of consistency, and they took their foot off the gas. Boston surged and scored. They have to keep.
We're going to get started here shortly in the third period. Players are starting to make their way out on the ice surface. It is a 2-1 lead for the Bees over the Kraken. David Pastrnak has a pair of goals. Jordan Eberle is a giveaway from Linus Ullmark trying to clear it on the kill. Eberle will take it. He picked up in the backhand and scored. That's your reset as the Boston Bruins are 2-1 on the Kraken. We're at Clement Pellegrino. John on, I'm your play-by-play man. I'm watching this on ESPN Plus. I got the Root Sports feed with JT Brown and John Forsland. John Forsland's one of the best in the business.
And for no particular reason, we're going to stop it right here. All 5 players are in the picture for the Seattle Kraken. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Did I feel like I have redeemed myself?
You have.
You're in the picture. You're in a good spot. This puck ends up going out and goes off of Schwartz's stick. Does not get out of the zone. You're still fine at this point. Weird deflection off of Morgan, and we stop it right here. This is where Morgan could hold. Does not have to press down towards Zacha. Marchand is going to make his way in right behind. That pass gets through, and not much Grubauer can do there on that goal.
Down the neck, here's us.
Well, in the period where you're looking for someone to create something, get the mood going in the right way, I think a guy that's had some jumping has really stood out to me tonight. It's been Tomas Tatar. He's been on the front foot. He's played with his nose over his toes, especially on the forecheck. I'll be looking for number 90 to make something happen on the offensive side here in the third period.
So third period getting set to get underway. It's Charlie Coyle against Matty Beniers. And the Boston Bruins will start with the puck possession here. They're going to go right to left. Charlie McAvoy now. As this bounced off a couple bodies, there's a sauce pass attempt here to the left side, and this will be hit a couple times. Matty Beniers will lose it. Picked up now. Frederic trying to find it. Seattle gets away from a stick lift, and now this is Vince Dunn. We'll get it across now here. It's near the right side for McCann as this gets brushed away by Linus Ullmark in the stick. Charlie McAvoy able to just get this one ahead. We'll go ahead and take a look at this Danton Hine on the third line side for Jim Montgomery's squad. Matty Beniers by himself. He takes the wrister, and this one's swallowed up by Ullmark. Matty Beniers didn't have anybody behind him. He said, why not? I'm right off the rush. I got the steal. I'll take the shot. 19-19. It gets solved by Ullmark as we're just beginning this third period. Right into the stomach. Again, Ullmark went all the way out of his goal crease. And that was easily stopped. Again, they're profiling the referee. As we said, they had a couple players that get hit by the puck. Morgan Geekie of the Bruins, former member of the Kraken, he got hit by the puck. So I'm going to see if he's out there. And the referee that got tech McLaren for McAvoy. Oh, what a stop. He's out there as well. But what a ridiculous save for Ullmark as he flashed the leather. 19-16 now. That took all of 3 seconds. Right in off the draw. Cut right to the left in between the circles off the face-off win. As Wenberg able to win it clean. Jaden Shorts and Linus Ullmark. That was a fantabulous, yes, I use that word, save here for the Boston Bruins. As Bjorkstrand now will turn and fire a shot that will be kept in by the defense. It goes up the left pad of Ullmark. Another rebound as that one stopped too. And now Seattle will watch this one go all the way down. And this is not ice. This will be Seattle now, left to right there. Again, they're in the home Navy and next to the turquoise part of the legs. Bjorkstrand Shorts And Seattle's starting to play with a little bit of energy here. They got 5 shots on goal. It's 18:51 in the third, all in that small portion of time frame. Good play for Jaden Shorts off the pass and off the rush. And Linus Olmark with a fantastic stop. I love the mix of his pads there. It looks like it's been involved in an earthquake, a little bit of aftershock there in terms of the pads. Very decorative, and I like that. 25-1-7 when leading after the second period. That means Boston's only lost 1 game in regulation when leading. When trailing after 2, wow, 119-4 is Seattle. That seems like a complete role reversal from last year. So just 1 win in regulation? That's crazy. This is sent down here for Grubauer. I'll have to make sure that I remember that as far as the story, as this is all the way down. Olmark goes ahead and makes the save, as this is play with the stick, and now Matty Beniers have to get back in through the defensive zone, but I guess they're going to say it's batted down with the high stick. So we'll take this face-off in neutral as Jim Montgomery looks on. I'm glad there wasn't any kind of crazy overreactions after the Florida Panthers beat Boston in 7 games. It was the best team of all time, the Boston Bruins, in the regular season before they got upset. And if it wasn't for them sustaining all the injuries, Florida, against Boston in the first series, they probably could have won the Cup. In Vegas, that was the buzzsaw, but Florida didn't have any healthy bodies. But the point being is, they could have got crazy and made some moves and got rid of Jim Montgomery. Well, they didn't do that because Boston now is still playing very well. And again, they have the best goaltending tandem in the business of Olmark and Swayman. And they're going to have to get paid at some point, especially for Swayman. I think he's a free agent at the end of this year, as it's Tolvanen now for Yanni Gord. Here for Grizzly. Again, both those goaltenders, about 225 goals against on that side. Now near the right side, Larson fans on the 1T, as this is sent all the way back down. Philip Grubauer will watch. He'll get back in his goal crease. Everybody taking changes, even Dave Hextall's squad. Seattle only down a goal, but again, they have just 1 regulation win. We're trailing after 2. As this one's sent in. Picked up now, Tanev. We'll take a look as this is Yamamoto. Here's a slap shot, goes way wide. This will be Will Borgen off the pinch. Put this near the right side. Try to find Tatar, who was right in the middle. Here's a chance of the traffic. Olmark with a fantastic save as he got taken down in front of the goal crease. And Borgen all the way back. Again, 6 shots for Seattle already in this third. It's 17-10. We just started this third as this is flipped up a long stretch. I don't think this gained any portion of the lines, didn't touch anything, so Seattle going to get this puck in the offensive zone. It's been a really good press in this third period to start. You kind of wonder where this has been. Tomas Tatar from a Jimmy Alexiak shot. He was providing the screen. He actually got the tip. Somebody out in front, and Tatar was stuck in between Mason Lohrei. He was getting pushed as well. Olmark got the back of the skates on him as well. He had nowhere to go. However, Bjorkstrand, he's waiting near the left side circle as this is picked up by Boston off the defensive zone faceoff win. And Seattle can try to take this one left to right. Can they get this past Yanni Gord? As this is flipped up around the inboards, Pasta, who's got a couple goals, has given Boston a 2-1 lead, but it's turned over near the right side blue line. Now near the red. Shorts funnels it across. Turnaround shot goes wide. That was Jared McCann trying to make a play from the seat of his pants. This is Bjorkstrand. Keeps this one in. Now near the right side. Turnaround shot for Bjorkstrand. This one is solved by Olmark. Seattle again with it. Alex Wenberg pinned against the left side red line. And Boston able to find it. Pasta. This bounces back for Seattle. Oliver Bjorkstrand. Here's a centering pass. A little bit too far for Vince Dunn. He's going to have to catapult this thing around the inboards. Bjorkstrand looking for a big rebound. Parker Wotherspoon has it. Wotherspoon under duress. Bjorkstrand forced to steal. Another shot saved by Olmark. Puck's just hitting him. He's already in good position. As this is now near the left side of the bench. Seattle gets it for the moment. And this will get settled back down deep for Jared McCann. Schultz has it. McCann trying to give a race. It's Eberle now. Jared McCann will watch as this one is going the other way. Brian Dumoulin will go ahead and dump it in. Matt Grzelcyk now has it for Boston. Again, Boston in the road whites with the black jerseys, the mix of the yellow and black striping. Again, Seattle in the home navy with the turquoise side of the jerseys and the red striping on the bottom part of the jersey. As it's Seattle now. They'll break out into the neutral zone. It's Eberle now, right wing side. His pass bounced off the side of the net from Grzelcyk and Matty Beniers. He's pinched in deep. He's taken away from the puck here as Boston does a great job getting this out of their own end. Pavel Zacha off the long flip. This will be dumped in and given a chase there as Danton Heinen, but it's Eberle. Try to get it the other way. Cross ice pass. Good work for Jimmy Alexiak. Got a stick on it. I'm missing more for Brandon Carlo. Go ahead and put this one ahead for Boston, taking a gigantic hit. Stolen for Burakovsky between his legs. Sweet move. Oh, what a stop from Omar as Burakovsky goes crashing into the crease. Tolvanen chance goes off the stick of Lori and up into the air. Burakovsky putting on the Dangle City right there. And Allmark came up large. Burakovsky near the left wing side gets right around Lori, spins him like a top. Allmark down and out. And then Carlo feeds some lunch to Burakovsky at the end of it after he made that nice move. 14:36 in the third. Boston. Shopwood still leads 22-20. I think it was 21-12 to start the period. Again, I do have the official numbers in front of me. Just have to go ahead and change the tab on the PC side of it. But it was 21-12. Yes, now it's 22-20. So 8 shots to 1 for Seattle so far. They're really trying to press. They're trying to get their second win in regulation when trailing after 2. Scores! 5-hole chance goes in. And the Seattle Kraken have tied the game. They have looked really hungry at the start of this third period. And they got the goal that they wanted right off the draw. That is well-deserved. Seattle has been playing like a man possessed. They're going to go ahead and win this draw. Pull it right back near the right circle. Was it Dunn that got a piece of it? I think it was Vince Dunn. He'll get the cross pass near the left side dot. Fires a chance right in below the right armpit of Linus Ullmark. This is a fantastic answer for the Kraken. In this third period, they're really getting pressure toward the net and trying to make something happen. Good screen out in front as well. And Seattle have tied it 2-2 now. 14:31. Third straight game with a goal for number 29, Vince Dunn. Grzelcyk, as Boston will look to answer. Pasternak's already got a couple. He's got it. Half spin, try to leave a pass. And now this will be nicely intercepted. Bjorkstrand. And between his skate blades, he'll just dump it in himself. Charlie McAvoy will watch. We'll take a slow pass. This is picked off easily by Seattle. Charlie Coyle now stuck in his own end over Bjorkstrand as Coyle gets it on the third effort, flips it down. Wenberg off the back chip. Helps start it again for Larson. So done from Burakovsky and Gord at the 5:29 marker of the third. And I'll mark that down once we get a break. 2-2 is your score line. Seattle has come charging like a bat out of hell in this third period, and they really needed it. Again, we mentioned that these two teams are not going in the right direction. I know Boston's in a much different portion in these standings, but coming out of the breakers, 2-2-4, here's a chance for Heinen. This goes up a stick and on a play. And for Seattle, they just need points. They're about 7 points out of WC2. Vince Dunn trying to make his due diligence. He gets a big-time goal. Near the left side dot, ties it at Dos.
He wasn't just a breaker for us. He already worked out how to protect way more than just your
From cars to home to pets, it's easy to Geico.
My internet's the worst.
Do people avoid me?
Yes.
Am I annoying?
Yes.
Am I kind?
Don't let bad internet ruin the game. Switch to the Xfinity 10G network and stream with ultra low lag.
Nice, Amy. Real nice.
Because it's only live once. Xfinity.
Cooking schools, security restaurants, with thousands of unique dining experiences, anything's on the menu with Marriott Bonvoy.
Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. ESPN Plus. Live sports.
A great moment here. Just a few moments ago, well placed. Timed as he is tonight's Symetra teammate. Vince had a spectacular career season a season ago. NHL defenseman, 10+ goals in the last 2 years. Darlene, Yossi, Makar, and Seattle's number 29.
So Vince Dunn's just tied it. Offensive zone draw for Boston. 13-20. This one is stopped by Grubauer sliding all the way across. As they had their second line out there right now trying to make something happen. Brad Marchand gets denied. 13-20 left to go in the second. That was so quick I didn't get a chance to see how it all developed. So off of the face-off win, that was Pasta. Wow, what a pass from Pasta. Marchand got 2 rebounds as this was stopped by the right pad. And then another one off the glove. What a robbery for Grubauer. As this is sent down the other way. And now this will be Shattenkirk. We'll go ahead and make this pass across all the way down. And this will be blown dead against the Bees.
Wow. And I think in this case, that is beautiful. But the first thing for me, what was special about it for Frederic Grubauer was his depth control and management in the crease. When he plays a little bit deeper, you're able to go from one side and then to the other a little bit quicker. You don't have to do as much work. And that was the case then. And then to stay with it, the resiliency in that second save, just beautiful.
Shattenkirk off the wall, gets it out. Pastrnak over the line with Marchand. Go to the corner, an open corner on Coyle.
12:50 left to go in the third. Seattle trying to make something happen on a 2-on-4. They'll shoot it in. Try to go ahead and chop this puck. Couple chances there for Marchand. I mean, this is a situation where the shot board is about a 12-3 here for Seattle in this third period. It's still got a long time left to go, and I'm not even halfway done. And now this game is tied at 2. Again, we talked about a little bit in the open in between the Bees, and this will be a good time with the Vince Dunn timeout, essentially, and behind the net of Grubauer. When you're looking at a 2-2-4 in the stretch out of the break for Boston as they go offside, they've won none of those games in regulation. In fact, Boston only has one regulation win in the month of February. That was February 8th against Vancouver when they won 4-0. It definitely looks time to lock in, but going into this, that just means that Boston loves to play overtimes and shootouts. 6 of the last 8 games have gone extra time, and Vince Dunn has just knotted this game at 2. So we'll see if that continues to be the case. David Pastrnak with a couple goals on the other side for the Bees. This is near the right side dot now. This will be flipped toward Richard, and now off the wall, Borgen. Good save for Olmark as this is held in by Alexiak. No, a little bit of outstretched help. It's Yanni Gord able to pick this one back up and help the Burakovsky regroup. He had a great stutter step move in this third. He's offsides, so everybody's offside. They can't touch it. Lorai has it now for Boston. Again, they're trying to go right to left. Vince Dunn with the latest goal. That's the lone one of the third so far. It's 2-2 game. Pass out in front for Danton Heinen. Tatar gets the interception. Tatar gets tripped. No call. Now they're finally going to call it. They had to wait a couple seconds. Boston wasn't aware. I thought for sure it was right in front of the referee. 11:32 left to go in the third. We will get a call. Tomas Tatar ends up drawing it. So Boston, in this game, this is their 4th penalty. They do not have a power play. If Seattle doesn't score here, Morgan Geekie, former Kraken member in the box, if Seattle doesn't score here, they'll be 1 for 4. Again, their power play goal was a gift Jordan Eberle picked it up off the backhand and finished it off with a clearing attempt from Olmark. This should be a 2-1 game. It is 2-2. 11:32 left to go in the third. John on here. I'm your play-by-play man. We got the Root Sports feed with JT Brown and John Forsland. This is a pickup for Boston in the defensive end. They'll try to rattle this around the embankment. Seattle will hustle with Burakovsky, but it falls to Grubauer nonetheless. 1:45 left to go in Seattle's fourth power play of the game. Can they take the lead? Again, we marked their recent numbers when trailing after 2. They are not good for Seattle, and they want to reverse the fortune. Chance goes off of Allmark. Pass for Burakovsky. Good block. Burakovsky again. What a stop. Oh, it goes off the post. It does not go in. Wenberg, it's still wide now. Burakovsky, my goodness, how did I not blow a voice box out? Dunn sends this in, blocked again. Picked up by Seattle. Burakovsky had 2 shots. Wenberg tried to flip it out of the air. It went off the post. As Seattle has it, they'll get this now for Dunn. Dunn will flip it in. Picked up here for Wotherspoon. Goes too far for Shorts. Burakovsky now. Shorts in the high slot for Wenberg, but they'll have to go back. Boston gets some much-needed changes. Charlie Coyle will take his as well. Turbo. Try to drop this one for McCann. McCann now off the half spin. Jordan Eberle, who's got a goal in this game on the power play. This will get sent down. Seattle was that close from taking the lead in this game, as the third period is now halfway officially over. Schultz will drop it. Then Matty now has the puck, number 10, try to get this one across, crisscross, and it's stolen by Boston. Sent back down. Grubauer will slow it down. As Seattle, by the time they'll touch this puck and get in the offensive zone, their power play will be set to expire. Eberle still dancing. It's Belver Bjork stranding it toward the net. It's a good one for Eberle. One of the slap shot was Tolvanen. He's in the high slot. Power play ends. They're 1 for 4 right out of the box. They almost had too many men on the ice. They'll have to pick it back up for Schultz. Near the left side red line, Boston will collect. Frederic, beautiful feed. Geekie, he scores! On the box and on the board. Morgan Geekie, 3-2 lead for Boston. This is a back and forth game, and this is a hell of a way to start the week. Morgan Geekie, as Wenberg was denied. They're showing this one that went off the post for Burakovsky, spinning Olmark. Couple deflections off the bar. Don't know if it hit twice. I'm taking a look now. Olmark, Hasek style, off the post. And then coming the other way, Geekie, what a play. Powers through Grubauer on the second effort. That one's going to count. What a sauce pass from Frederic to Geekie. And the Bees now take the lead. 3-2. Dave Hextall is having a look on the tablets to see if they want to challenge. Again, if the challenge is unsuccessful, the goal will still count, and they'll have to go on the penalty kill. So Morgan Geekie, they're going to try to see if he's going to be called for goaltender interference. So they are going to check to see for goaltender interference against Morgan Geekie. When Trent Frederic did make the sauce pass near the left side dot, Geekie picks it up. He does get the stick on the first one. The first one's clean, but then he collides into Grubauer as he's finishing it. In Geekie's defense, he doesn't have anywhere else to go after he gets his shot and stick handles. He's already losing his balance. He's got nowhere to go. Finishing it. And JT Brown is saying Dave Hextall should challenge. I think even if you lose it, you've got nothing to lose at this point if you're Seattle, because this is a goal that you don't want on the board. And you would think if Boston has the lead again, at this point that they do, unless it's redeemed otherwise. As Seattle fans, we got some beautiful ladies in the crowd that are saying no goal with the beanies on. But with the 3-2, with the way that it is, if it ends up being the way, Dave Hextall, you got nothing to lose at this point. because you figured if they have this goal, they're probably going to hold on and get the win. That's just me. Seattle, with this third period effort, has been much, much, much better than anything we've seen of late. But again, for Boston, it's been the same old kind of song and dance here on the side for everything that's been happening with Boston. Again, 2-2 and 4 coming out of the break, and 6 of the last 8 have taken extra time. So we've seen this a few times now on the TV side. Admittedly, on the YouTube, I can't show it, otherwise I'll never be able to do these again. But after the sauce pass from Frederic near the left dot, it sprung Geekie. Geekie stick-handled and got a shot on top of Ullmark. The first shot was clean, and on the second opportunity, he collided with Ullmark. In Geekie's defense, he had nowhere else to go. So for Dave Hextall, you got nothing to lose on this one. And if you're Jim Montgomery, if this does stand, your team will also get a power play. So this is a big-time call here for Seattle to call for goaltender interference against Geekie on Grubauer, and that is what we're waiting for.
Well, I could have scored 50 if you're allowed to just run the goalie over and then tap it in. That's right. 50 still might have been a stretch, but
it didn't stop you, by the way, either. It didn't stop you from doing this.
And to JT2's original point with the continuation, and if that puck, if he doesn't touch it the second time, and it goes in.
So they're taking a long time to review this right now. As it stands, Boston has a 3-2 lead, but it's up to coach's challenge here at this point. I will go ahead and type my notes in until we get our message. They are taking an awfully long look at this one.
Obviously took a penalty, survived it. Now involved in this, the former Kraken. So 3-2 on the board for now. If the Kraken are wrong, it'll be a Boston power play. Here we go.
Looks like we got our verdict. What's the call? Goaltender interference. So Dave Hextall gets it right. The Morgan Geekie goal is overturned, and we're back at a level game with 9:13 left to go in the third. Again, you can't run over the goaltender. The only thing I was saying for Geekie in his defense, he's got nowhere to go. But Grubauer wasn't allowed his ability to be able to make the save as he just bowls over Grubauer, puts him back in the net in the second effort. At least for Geekie, good work for him to stay with it and try to finish that one off. He never kept his eye off the puck.
And they're under all kinds of pressure. You have a lot of time. You got to make a call. The coaching staff, Dave and his staff, Paul McFarland has a direct line, and you can see the pressure. They're just asking guys, what do you think? What do you think? Someone has to make the call. They do it together. Nice job. 2-2 on the board. 9:14 left. We carry on. Check Kirkdale will feed it all the way around. Larson. Moves in. There's Pavel. Here comes Trent. It's done.
So back underneath the action here, 8:55 left to go in the third. Goal was just overturned for Morgan Geekie and the Bruins. It's back to a 2-2 game. Yanni Gord puts us back around for a slap shot, blocked. Here, Boston, if they have any energy left, here's the back pass. Stanton Heinen will send this back around the end boards. Again, Boston does not have a power play in this game. Seattle is 1 for 4 as it's Matt Grzelcyk. I'll check back in deep in the zone in, leaving for Charlie McAvoy. If you're just joining us, the Morgan Geekie goal is overturned, and it's back to 2-2. Vince Dunn, the only goal of the third. Charlie McAvoy gets taken out. He gets the shot. Will Borgen does as well, as this is picked up now. Long flip over Bjorkstrand. Ullmark doesn't play it clean, as this is still in behind his cage right now. Seattle rushing to get to this puck. Pastrnak turn back around. Seattle will pick it back up in the neutral. 8 minutes left to go in the third. It's a tie game at Climate Pledge Arena between the Bruins and the Kraken. Shot board is 24-23. Again, it was 21-12 for Boston after 2 So Seattle's really had the press in this period. Zacha, Lorai, fans on it, gets it back. Lorai through their goal mouth, as this is in between Dumoulin, who's down. Pavel Zacha. Here's a fake slap for Carlo. Back to Pavel, as he's got this beautiful spin. Buys some space near the right side board. Still kind of dancing around the boards. Picked up by Jared McCann. McCann now, former Maple Leaf, will take his time. Again, he's really exploded. I think the Maple Leafs definitely miss him. Jared McCann, his shot gets blocked. Might get picked up by Seattle, however, and Zacha quickly gets us out to the neutral zone. Anthony Richard will send this one down here for Adam Larson. It's Jordan Eberle now. We'll watch this near the left side red line as it's dumped by Charlie McAvoy. Matty Beniers loses it. Richard will dump it in. Philip Grubauer stops it with the goal stick as this is picked up now for Parker Wotherspoon. Wotherspoon will take his time as this is back to him from his defensive partner Kevin Shattenkirk and turned over. Now on the defensive end, they'll go all the way back and start again for Dave Hextall's squad. Here's Larson, outstretched pass from 50, recollected by Boston. And the road whites, the black pants and the yellow and white striping. The Seattle Kraken and Climb Pledge in the home navy with the turquoise and the red stripe in the bottom of the jersey. As it's Frederic. There's a slapper. This is blocked out in front before they hit Grubauer. Another one. This one goes off the left pad of Phillip. Has to pick up his goal stick. Now Seattle will go ahead and settle this one back down. As it's Morgan Geekie, who thought he scored. He got denied off a goaltender interference. Trent Frederic now for Grizzly. Big rebound for Grubauer, but it's turned aside. Now Seattle pushes the other way. Burakovsky will dump it in deep. 5:45 left to go in this third. This game is still leveled at 2 thanks to Vince Dunn. And behind the cage now, Linus Olmark. Boston's got it. It's Grizzly. Outstretched pass. Marchand falls down. Bjorkstrand now for Wenberg. Alex Wenberg. Patient. Here's a big-time bomb, and it's going to go in the back of the net. Will Borgen. And Seattle takes the lead. Right in off the rush. They drop it to Will Borgen. He shoots that thing out of a cannon. And Seattle takes the lead. 3-2. So it could have been 3-2 for Boston. Morgan Geekie gets denied. Don't know if Bjorkstrand got a deflection on it. Borgen lets go of the howitzer. And as number 3 lets it fly, does this get tipped? Yes, it does. It goes off the stick shaft of Oliver Bjorkstrand. So Borgen going to get a primary off of a gigantic clapper that gets tipped off Bjorkstrand, who got a great deflection. No chance for Olmark. And Seattle now has the lead. What a contest this has been. 5:30 left to go in this third. McAvoy. If Boston loses this game, they will drop both games against Seattle. His first game against January 26th against the Blues. Will it be enough for the GWG? Boston forced a steal right out in front, and this one shot wide. Boston still has it, however. Somebody's going to take a seat. Alexiak can't find it. McAvoy trying to pick it back up, as this is Boston with the puck now. This will be Van Riemsdyk. And behind the cage, it's centered out in front, and Grubauer holds on as we're underneath 5 left to go in the third. Let's take a break. Oliver Bjorkstrand from a big-time Borgen clapper gets the deflection, and now they're ahead.
He wasn't just waiting for us. He'd already worked out to help protect way more than your car.
I'm great at insurance. The gecko is just something else. Yeah, we're talking renters, jewelry, pet insurance, and then you come back at night and start it going.
Riddle me this. If it's so easy a caveman can do it, why is he working so hard?
From cars to home to pets, it's easy to Geico.
My internet's the worst.
Do people avoid me?
Yes.
Am I annoying?
Yes.
Am I tired?
Don't let bad internet ruin the game. Switch to the Xfinity 10G network and stream with ultra-low lag.
Nice, Amy. Real nice.
Because it's only live once. Xfinity.
Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus. It's brought to you by Muckleshoot Casino Resort. The biggest and best is now bigger and better. Now open, and by the Western Washington Honda dealers. Drive good. I'm hungry. Want to go to Dick's? I can eat. Mickey. They have chocolate milkshakes? Yes, they do. I mean, count me in. Okay. We have some work to do here, though. 4:56 on the clock. Face off as we see in the Seattle zone. Oliver Bjorkstrand for Will Morgan and Alex Wenberg has just blown the roof off this place. McAvoy will send it in. Marchand swings it. Pastrnak spins himself down.
4:45 left to go in the third. And this is going to be a whistle. Seattle is going to take a penalty. So this is the first of the game here. And this is not at a good time because Bjorkstrand just got the go-ahead goal. And Everley gets his stick underneath the legs of David Pastrnak. And this can open the door for the Bees to tie this one. Pastrnak already has a couple, and that was in between the legs there. Don't know if it necessarily would have tripped him, but it did at least clip the left and right leg. So at the 4:45 marker, the Bees get their first power play of the game. This is cleared down the ice. Linus Olmark will stop it. Bruins power play about 23%. Kraken penalty kill at 79. You want to be around 80, so they're almost around the spot they need to be. Last regulation road loss was December 23rd against the Wild. Pastrnak in tight. Couple of chances. Grubauer says no on the first side. I'm not sure how he saw it. It was a good back pass off the backhand from left to right from Pasta, and that was stopped by the stick shift of Grubauer. 1:20 left to go, and Boston's first power play of the game comes with 4 minutes left to go in the third. Marchand try to get this one near the right side dot. We'll get this in the high slot. The McAvoy pass is too strong. Charlie's got to go back and recollect now. McAvoy. Boston needs a goal. David Pasternak's got a couple. As it's Zacha, now near the right side. As this is Morgan Geekie, who got one of his goals called back for interference. McAvoy. Pastrnak fakes the clapper, goes for a slap pass instead, and Seattle will send it down the ice. 3:25 left to go in this third. McAvoy now. Pick it back up. He will get across the tentacle S. This pass across for Brad Marchand. It's Zacha. They all enter at once here. Boston's got some numbers. It's Pastrnak back to the D. McAvoy, Marchand. Now Charlie has got it for Pasta. Pasta shoots. Good save for Grubauer with the left glove. Pasta now, number 88, trying to keep this alive. Good jump pass. It's Marchand going for the deflection as this one is blocked. Tanev can't get it out. It's Marchand. Now Pastrnak shoots. He scores! David Pastrnak. It's going to be road hats. I don't know how many of those we're going to have, but some delighted Bruins fans. And now Charlie Coyle's up in front. They're throwing the hats. Coyle might have got the deflection. He's the first to the celebration line. Either way, there is a hat on the ice. The Bees have tied it at 3. That we know for sure. And we get a chance. I'll get a chance to tell you if it's deflected or not. So Pasta lets it go. No, that's clean. That's a goal for number 88 again, I believe. That is his third of the game. It didn't look like Coyle got a piece of it at all. It just looked like he was able to obscure the vision off the jump. Here's a third look. This one's very in tight near the right dot. That's a clean goal. That is Pasternak's goal, I believe, on that. It's like, Coyle thinks he got a piece of it. I think it's a hat trick for Pasta. Nonetheless, it's the same result. 3-3 now with 2:52 left to go in this third. This is a back and forth type of game. Now we're getting an overhead cam to see if it hit anything else. The only thing I could have believed it might have hit is off of Seattle's own stick shot. But we'll see how they have to rule it. Still, the door was open off a tripping of Pasta, and when that happened, it tied the game at 3. So the hats are being picked up here on road ice at Climate Pledge Arena, and I'm still waiting officially to see who got that goal. Right now, ESPN's giving it to Charlie Coyle on the power play at 17:08, a little less than 3 minutes after. So that was a costly penalty against Seattle. They only took one, and they paid for it dearly. And we might still go to extra time. Again, Boston loves it. It'll be 7 of the last 9. So Omar, a rare game where he gives up 3, but now it's 3-3. Frederic, cross. Here's a shot. Grubauer says no. 2:30 left to go in this third. Here's a chance for Wotherspoon. That one gets blocked. And now another whistle. Vince Dunn hit in the face. Is Boston going to the box for high sticking? Frederic looks like he might be the guilty party. And this could also open the door one more time for Seattle. I know I've said that a few times, but it's been ajar. And wow, that was a stick chop. Danton Heinen got a piece of the mouth of Vince Dunn. Come right back.
Even the secrets.
He made it easy with only his left hand. What hand he chooses to use as his dominant hand, that's his business and no one else's.
On one hand, it's so helpful to find the right coverage with Geico.
From cars to home to jewelry, it's easy to Geico. The only biodegradable bacon of its kind is here. Raw to crispy in a few electric minutes.
Are you ready to learn the ways of the Dragon Warrior? We must train our minds. With him?
Where'd she go?
Let's check out the Verizon reliable performance. Charlie Coyle having a great season, but here we have NHL goal scoring leaders. David Pastrnak 38 back with Nikita Kucherov, who is over 100 points now. Zach Hyman, Sam Reinhart 39 goals. Austin Matthews 52 on a pace for over 70. Buffalo Casino Resort Power Play number 5. The game on the line here. McCann out in front, cleaned up.
So another power play upcoming for the Seattle Kraken. It's their 5th. Boston is 1 for 1 on this side. Still hasn't updated on the other end, but it was a high stick that hit Vince Dunn. So now the power play for Seattle done a minute 35 with 2 minutes left to go in the third. This game is tied at 3. We get a stoppage directly at 2 minutes, and now he gets pushing and shoving. Burakovsky took exception to something, and then Burakovsky was getting the business by Carlo on the other side. So right now they give the goal to Charlie Coyle, so it denies Pasta of the hat trick. He does, however, have 3 points. So Coyle was 21st on the power play from David Pastrnak, his 47th assist. That's the latest at 17:08. That answers Vince Dunn and Oliver Bjorkstrand when they had a 3-2 lead with the 14:30 marker. So the 5th power play, the Burakovsky, you can't afford to get any retaliations here. because that's going to completely turn it the other way and make it 4-on-4. So 2 minutes left to go. In this third, it's a tie game. It's a neutral zone draw. And Ellie Tolvanen now will get a chance to go ahead and take this, but they're going to go ahead and boot somebody out. So Jaden Shorts against Pavel Zacha. Zacha is a good 2C, but he can't win this one here. So Jared McCann will get this here for Burakovsky. Dunn will fan on a clearing attempt, and that is going to make Seattle go off sides with 1:52 left to go in this third. 1:26 on the power play, so no carryover time should they not score. We'll probably go to OT if they don't score, unless Boston really has some late heroics. Again, that would be 7 of the last 9. Last 5 games ended in OT or a shootout, but 7 of the last 9 for Boston in totality. 2-2-4 in the recent stretch. They're picking up points in a lot of games, but the second point has eluded them. And their numbers in the overtime are also not great. As this goes down near the right side boards. Here's putting around the net. They'll circle it around. Kept in. As this is Wenberg for Burakovsky. He's being hounded by Wotherspoon. And now Carlo will try to join in. Charlie Coyle will watch. Vince Dunn already has one. This goes up the left arm of Walmart. And this will be sent down by Brad Marchand, the captaincy for the Bees. 1:10 left to go in this third. John on here with you on the play-by-play. We might be going to OT. This is what Boston likes, and this is what we've seen. Down to the last 60 seconds. Eberle will shove it in near the left side red line now. They scored 2 in this third. Can they get a third? Bjorkstrand! Allmark able to get a piece of it after it was also partially blocked and sent down the ice by Boston. Grubauer will slow it down. It'll be Justin Schultz. Be able to pick this one up now for Matty Beniers. Gain the entry. Flip it high off the glass. And this will be a neutral zone draw. 6 seconds left to go in Seattle's power play. 33.3 seconds left to go thereabouts in the third. Threes are wild. 29-25 on the shot board. Boston has that edge. Tomas Tatar. That line is out there right now, so that will be the 4th line for Dave Hextall's squad. As Kraken fans are pretty excited, I do see some Boston fans who made the trip. Yanni Gourde against Trent Frederic, 3rd line and 3rd line. Defensive zone draw for the Bees. Frederic off the tie-up, it's loose. Seattle's got it now. Tanev, Larson, put this around the inboards for Tatar. Back to full strength. Seattle's power play was 1 for 5. As this is now near the right side, 1 for 1 for the Bees. As this is dumped in. Grubauer slows it down. Just put it near the left side dot. Down to 10 seconds. Seattle has it in their own end. Pastrnak gives a half-hearted chase. This will be cleared. We are going to overtime yet again. That's what Boston fans are saying. 7 of the last 9. Seattle scores 2. But Boston's latest goal for Charlie Coyle, as you're looking at Bowie, he's picking his nose and flicking boogers. I guess it's what the trolls do underneath the bridge for the mascot. We'll go to OT. Nothing to be upset about here. Let's get some bonus hockey.
What hand he chooses to use as his dominant hand, that's his business and no one else's. On one hand, it's so helpful to find the right coverage. On the other hand, who cares?
From cars to home to jewelry, it's easy to get there.
What if finding a new job wasn't such a good thing?
I think I'm right for this. I said I think I'm right for the job.
You're perfect for it. What if you knew you'd be paid fairly? Because you could literally see what the job pays. What if your schedule worked for you and her and them? And what if the promise of better life? No way! Was something that found us. I got the interview.
Muckleshoot Casino Resort. What a night here in Seattle. The Bruins, the Kraken tied in 3. Extra hockey. And the Bruins 6 in a row now. 6 games in a row to overtime for them. That's a new franchise record for Boston. Linus Ullmark trading ends with Philip Grubauer. Both goalies have been very good tonight. Long changes in overtime. Less skiers out there for our new fans. 3-on-3. Here we go. Wenberg, Dunn, Burakovsky for Seattle.
So Wenberg, Dunn, and Burakovsky is the Seattle line right now. As Dunn will send this back around, McAvoy will take a look. Burakovsky has it in her own end. Trent Frederic is going in and giving chase. Burakovsky on this 3-on-3, tied at 3 in between Boston and Seattle. Seattle won the first meeting. Again, now 7 in the last 9 have gone to at least overtime for Boston. So they pick up at least another point. They want 2. Jake DeBrusk slows down near the right side dot. Here is a chance for Pasta. He gets denied by Grubauer, as this is McAvoy. Wenberg will get this in his own end. Wenberg now will take a back skate, and most of the time we watch these teams take their time, as Dave Hextall's squad will take a change. Jordan Eberle. It's Larson now. Matty Beniers as well. Pastrnak still waiting here for Jim Montgomery's squad, as it's Eberle. And across the tentacle S, finally gains the entry. Matty Beniers. Here's Larson in the high slot. He's backing away from the right side blue line, just keeps it in. Matty Beniers outstretched pass. Work his way in behind the cage now of Ullmark. Beniers turns. Extra pass. Ullmark down. Seattle, they say it doesn't cross the line. Here's Beniers. They'll get a chance to pick it back up now, take it to the neutral zone instead. Matty, number 10, turn back around. He's got Eberle for a cross if he wants it. Beniers off the post, off the wrister, as it's still alive. He almost had a chance to end the game, and I would have fell out of my seat because Cooper Hopkins got me that jersey. I paid him the money, of course, but Matty's my Michigan guy. As it's Jared McCann, full speed, drop for Schultz. Now near the right side, Bjorkstrand near the left dot. He'll turn. Oliver has it now near the left side, but he's swallowed up by the Boston defense of Charlie Coyle. They'll try to take this the other way now. Pastrnak, I don't think he's ever taken a change. They'll leave this here for Ullmark. And Boston finally gets their change in. Marchand and Coyle. It'll be the captaincy, and Brad the Rat, he's got it now. Number 63. Going to take their time out essentially behind Ullmark's net and look to go left to right for this 3-on-3. Coyle will find the entry. Coyle now near the right side red line, still working in behind the net. Pass doesn't go anywhere. Seattle, they have been stunned. Done. Cross pass. Can't get it to Burakovsky. Blew an edge. Burakovsky falls down as it's done now. They'll get this here for Matty. Matty now the only one back in the high slot. He'll go all the way back to the neutral zone. Down to 2:05 left to go in this OT. Matty spins across the tentacle west. The former Michigan man. He's got it now. He was being bothered. Almost lost the puck. Still with it now. Finds the entry. Matty buying all sorts of time. He gets taken down. This is a break. It's DeBrusk. He can win it. Oh, he's stopped by Grubauer with the left pad. And we press on. 1:40 left to go in this OT. Matty Beniers tried to do a little bit too much, and he almost paid for it. Larson has it. He's wearing an assistant's A patch. They'll get this across. It's Seattle. Just run that blue line. It's Bjorkstrand now. Stutter step off the backhand as Zacha was watching him. Larson. Get this here. Jared McCann. Drop for Bjorkstrand in the high slot. Bjorkstrand patient. Here's a centering attempt. This goes up the stick shaft of Ullmark. 1:10 left to go. Outstretched pass too far. No icing. This will be sent back around. It is Zacha. And a good stick in the lane for Bjorkstrand might have negated a goal. Oliver's got it now. 3-2 shootout record for Boston. 2-4 for Seattle. Here is Seattle with the puck. and they will start it again. Here for Adam Larson, former Oiler. 5 shootout wins in team history, 3 at Climate Pledge Arena, as we're down to 40 seconds of this overtime. Had some back and forth action, but Seattle's got the puck now. Ellie Tolvanen get this in his own end as they're still trying to get settled. Here is Wenberg. Gain the entry, 1-on-3, drop for Tolvanen, done! And the high slot shot blocked, but Seattle picks it up before Boston can jailbreak. Wenberg, cross pass. Dunn can't find it. And now picked up here for Tolvanen. Dunn, sweet move near the left side dot. Backhand, skates. He drops it for Tolvanen. Down to 8 seconds. Got to get something on the net. Here's a chance down to 4. Slapper, stopped by Allmark. Let's go to a shootout. Well, we have some people here in on the YouTube side and the Twitter space. It does not surprise me. Any Boston fans, are you surprised that you're going to OT or a shootout? You guys love to do that right now. Matty Beniers just kissed the top of the right crossbar. That would have ended the game for Seattle. But we go to a shootout. Place all tickets here. Who do you think gets the shootout winner? Who do you got scoring? Let me know.
And how far he was challenging out was perfect on the play. On a scale of 1 to 10 of entertainment, that overtime, guys, it's got to be a 10, right? I mean, that's just what a game. Chances back and forth. What a look that was for Matty. Just on that drove wide, dropped that shoulder, just took out the L wedge, and unfortunately, this couldn't go far down and in. And for Philip Grubauer, he's been excellent tonight, I think. Made some key saves at important times, including that huge one on DeBrusk.
Allmark and Grubauer, they've been big in this game, and we're still not done. We're going to a shootout. We'll see what happens in the skills competition. Allmark 7, 4, 12, and 1 as far as his saves per period. That includes the 3 and the OT. And the Matty Beniers post doesn't count as a shot. We'll see who takes this first one. So Seattle is going to get started. It looks like Kyle Yamamoto will be the first to go here at Climate Pledge Arena. Going to try to get the extra point. Both teams already got one. Kyler near the right side blow line now near the right dot. Forehand. He delays, shoots up the post and in. Nothing too flashy for Yamamoto, but it doesn't matter. Seattle goes first in the shootout and they score. He was on his forehand. Allmark was way out, and he got beaten low glove side. So this is an opportunity for Charlie Coyle. He's got an answer to tie this one after round 1 because Yamamoto got Seattle on the board. So Coyle against Grubauer. He slows up on his backhand. Now he's between the circles, forehand, backhand, lift, and Grubauer was able to meet it the whole way as Coyle gets turned away with nothing. So Seattle has the lead after round 1 in the shootout. Charlie Coyle was just turned away on a backhand, forehand. Tomas Tatar going to take his sweet time all the way back in his opposite end. He's going to take a long skate up to this thing. Tatar now in between the circles on his forehand, slows up, shoots 5-hole, and that is stopped by Allmark. So that will leave Boston with an opportunity to tie it in this shootout as Tatar gets turned away. Again, he kind of waits a little bit on that forehand, slowed up on the 5-hole, but Allmark closed it up. Charlie McAvoy, the defenseman, a pair of Charlies. As it's McAvoy with the assistant saying, he's working to the right side dot now with speed, backhand, and he lost the stick handle. Grubauer might have got a piece of it. And if Seattle scores here, they're going to take the 2 points, and they're going to take both games in this season series. Appreciate everybody that's been joining in on the YouTube side. This is the shootout. Could be in the final round potentially. Matty Beniers, he's the one that hit the post. He could have won the game earlier. He can win the game definitively now, the Michigan man. Near the left side, forehand. He rifles it, and it's stopped by the stick of Allmark. And now Boston must score for this shootout to continue. So Beniers was going near the left side dot. He worked on his forehand, slowed up a little bit, tried to lift it past the glove of Ullmark, but he was big, saw it the whole way. Pastrnak with a pair of goals. He's got 3 points in this game. Can he extend the shootout? Number 88, David Pastrnak, slows up. He's stopped by Grubauer. Boston's turned away throughout the entire shootout. And Seattle wins both games in the season series. They get a badly needed 2 points. Boston gets at least another one. But man, oh man, 2-5 now since the break. Grubauer was big, and Seattle wins this one. They take it 4-3 in a shootout. I'll see you tomorrow for the Winnipeg Jets and the St. Louis Blues. Peace, everybody. Have a good night.
Makes an awesome save, huge. 2 points for the Kraken tonight. Wow.